Okay, that's not good.
I would like to remind everyone that this show is brought to you by the Dolphin Wars.
Hello, everybody. Here we go again. Welcome to another Just Cause stream episode of King Dolphin TV. I am Raymond. You know me. I'm the King Dolphin. I run this place with an iron fluke, and this is Just Cause, the place where anything can happen, and usually does. And I have a great panel today. We have the old timers, and we have a newcomer, and
a new timer.
A new timer. We will show her. We'll show Tiger Stripes a great King Dolphin TV welcome. We got some big news today. Sandra is back. Say hello, Sandra. Okay. And she's going to show us things from her trip. The next big thing, as you all know from yesterday, is Wendy Webb and Jimmy are getting married today. So they won't be here live, but let's give them marriage wishes as we go along. We're probably going to have nutty news and other mayhem. So before we get started, if you like what I'm doing here, please like and subscribe. And if you've got interviews that you want to see, things that you want to see in Just Cause, or as a creator interview, please let me know about that. Sandra or Legatus will put the email address out there. And let's get started here. We've got our esteemed panel here. We have Sandra, my producer, my better half, the one who keeps me sane and keeps me out of trouble off the streets. Sandra, just back from her trip from Texas. We've got Captain Trek. How are you, sir?
Doing well, thank you. How are you?
Doing well, and glad to have you here. We have Andy Masterson. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, everyone.
And hope you got some wares to show today.
I can dig something up, I'm sure.
Okay. Welcome. Please, chat. Welcome, Tiger Stripes. This is her first. She's got a channel now, and this is her first attempt to come on a live stream and give her welcome.
Brilliant. Hello.
And the crowd just wild.
You all be nice to her now.
Yes.
Everybody out there, be nice.
Welcome,
next show we can,
guys.
Next time we can dump on it, but this time
yes. We have Baron Norman Tag. How are you, sir?
I am doing fantastic. I'm glad you heightened yourself up there. You're looking like Kilroy there for a moment. But,
yeah.
I am doing absolutely. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's better. See that handsome face? I got to take my camera off. I can't compete with that. Look at that.
Yeah. And we have the evil genius, the magnificent, the amazing Vet for Hire.
Hail, everyone!
Bum, bum, bum.
The
Genius
man
might be a little much.
The man who can get things done even before you think them.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I was surprised you didn't have something for Wendy and Jimmy yesterday.
No, I was slacking on that one.
All right. And now we'll welcome the wrenches. Right now we only have Legatus Legionii. I'm sure Anti-Derivative Jill will come on later, but he is out to swat any trolls out there. And and keep things safe for us out there.
Trying to keep the trolls out, and here I am. Ah.
Yeah, one got in.
Ooh,
Yeah.
who is this? And we will see. Legatus is already on the ball. He is already on the
Good
ball.
job. I'll give him the Adam Sessler clap.
We have, and now we have the chat. The people I am here for, the people we entertain, our best for our friends out there. We have, of course, hiding in the chandelier. Dun-dun. We have hiding in the chandelier. Florida Poopas! Cooper. Get down off that chandelier. We have Mary missed last week because she was at IHOP. Okay, I wonder who this is.
And what do you get at IHOP, Mary?
Yeah. Yes.
I always ever got one thing, and then they stopped making them. I used to get the blintzes.
Oh.
I like 30 years, 40 years, and then they stopped making them. So I don't go there anymore.
Oh, okay. Mary missed. Okay. Last week. Well, welcome, Mary. You're a newcomer here. Glad to have you here. And then we have the Comic Relief Crusader. How you doing, sir? If you missed the interview we did with him on Wednesday, it is up on my channel, and please take a look at it. It was a good interview, and I had a great time with him. And Snort peers down from the chandelier and waves at Mini Snort.
Is Mini Snort kind of like Scrappy Doo for Snort?
Yeah, kind of. He's the alter ego. There's the Evil Geniuses channel, Fat for Hire. And,
Well, thank you.
And then we have Tiger Stripes.
Oh.
And then, of course, mine, thedolphinwars.com.
What's that?
So, well, let up. No, yeah, nice. Let's give that man a round of applause. So I am glad we are all here. Let's see. Welcome to the panel. Welcome to the Assumption Club. I think we all know why we are all here. Yes, we do, Legatus. So, well, hopefully other people will come on, but let's get started. So, let's see. Oh, let me put out Captain Trex. As long as we're putting channels out there. Captain Trex. And we got one more. Baron Norman Tags.
Whoa. Hey,
Hey.
that's me.
Hey, I share the love with everybody. You guys have been great with me, and I have been great with you.
And the $20 is in the mail, by the way.
Cha-ching!
Wow. Wow, you gotta pay. Wow.
Pay to play. We'll also give a Jamie Lee update later on in the show. She's going into surgery later on this week, and so I'll tell you more about that then. Let's see. Oh, you decided to come on, Comic Relief Crusader. How you doing?
Well, you know, I mean, I just couldn't stand in the background for long.
Hey.
Damn my Photoshop. Damn it all to hell.
Uh-oh. What happened?
I did such a basic move. Man, what a noob move. Oh, my God.
Uh-oh. That's going to bring out the rubber chicken and beat you with it.
Yeah. I deserve that beating. And and I'm one for being all okay with it, considering. So yeah,
Rubber
yeah.
chicken.
I was just adjusting my Comic Relief Crusader logo, and then I'm looking at it, just doing a little bit of adjustments because toying with the idea of going live, and so you make a splash page, right?
Mhm.
And I'm looking at it, it's like, why is this taking so long to process? And then I'm looking at the inches, it's like 450 inches long. I'm like, how in the world did that happen? Oh my god. And at 300 DPI, it's like, oh, this is taking forever.
He wanted to look really good.
Tisk.
Well, yeah, I can't complain. It'll be, like 4K high definition at that point.
Ooh, count the pores.
So I managed to reduce it down to, at least maybe 10% of what it was.
Oh,
God,
that's
no,
good.
not even 10%, because that'd be like 45 inches at that point. Yeah, more like 5%. So I'm just,
Oh,
God, what a
Yeah, that's
noob.
dangerous. You get that close to anybody, and everybody starts to look like a Basil Wolverton cartoon.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, pretty
terrifying.
much.
Yes.
So,
Even the prettiest people.
yeah, exactly right. Why do you look like the Elephant Man? Because it's super high def and it's all pixelated when you put it at 100%.
The horror.
Well,
the horror.
That was one of the fun things when they started coming out with the HD TVs, and they're doing the switch over from the old to the new. And all the newscasters had to start learning to do their makeup differently, because it's like, whoa, that doesn't look good.
Yeah,
It was fun.
yeah. That, and on top of that, I was transferring a bunch of anime to Brandon, the anime guy, and helping him out with his channel, and probably might go on his and talk some geeky anime nerdy stuff. So,
Good.
Hooray!
Good. And
What you
Captain
need
Trip.
to do is actually go on his show and talk about anything but anime, and just drive him up the wall.
That'll
And while
work.
you're at,
That'll
and
work.
while you're
That
at,
would just be the challenge.
yeah, and while you're at it, call him Benny Hill, because he looks like Benny Hill without that beard.
Yes, he really.
Oh yeah.
Excellent.
So, Captain Trek, what's been up with you, sir?
With me?
Yeah. No.
Oh, not much.
Okay. Good.
Oh yes, and Fet for Horror, once again, thank you for making that splash page. That was totally awesome.
Oh, you're quite welcome, sir. You're quite welcome.
Yes. Sandra, you love his little airplane, didn't you?
Oh, I loved it. It was adorable.
You're muted.
I said I loved it. It was adorable. I muted because with the two speakers going at one time, there was an echo going on. So it's trying to prevent an echo.
Yes. That's a good one. Does anyone think Vinny and OLGA share the same agent? Maybe they should have a show together. Yes, one rule is because OLGA screws up Wi-Fi's, we have to spell her name.
Mm.
Yeah, she
He
screws
who
up
shall not be
Wi-Fi.
named.
Yes,
It's kind of like Macbeth.
or she shall be
Oh,
spelled.
watch it.
Yes.
The one who knows.
That was my favorite Chris Rock comment of all on Twitter. Somebody said, "This is why we call it the Scottish play." Yes.
Tiger Stripe.
Don't know if you're implying something, but just go ahead and say it, because everybody knows what you're talking about anyway.
That's the joke. The word came out of his mouth and then pow. So I think he's gone on a wall somewhere online of things that happen when you say the name of the play on a stage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a long list apparently.
Mm-hmm. Is that kind of like the 7 words you'll never say on TV?
It's just old theater tradition, I think, really. Not to say Macbeth.
Okay.
Just like saying break a leg.
Exactly.
And that's down to
And
four
good
words
show.
you can't say on TV.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Captain Trek, how are you, sir?
I am doing well, thank you.
Oh, good. Glad to have you here.
He
Thank
looks
you.
like he's being assaulted by that dolphin.
Death metal dolphin. Actually, Fet's got a moving GIF. Not sure to put it on here, but it's pretty cool. Fet does everything cool, even before you even think it.
You have to be careful around him.
Yes, you do.
You open your mouth and something happens.
Yes, indeed. And as the newcomer, Tiger Stripes, I am glad you're here. I've been trying to get you on for.
Yeah. I'm
I've been trying to
keep
get-
up with. Yeah, I'm dancing as fast as I can.
Yeah, and I got to get you on an interview so you can talk about what you're planning for your channel. There it is. There it is.
Ah, very clever.
Dun, 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 dun,
Is that a shrimp fork? Oh, drumsticks.
Drumsticks.
Yeah, drumsticks.
Come from the land of the ice and snow.
Since I'm a drummer
You're a
myself.
drummer.
So, where to start? I could start with today's phrasing books signing. Today was the annual opening of the local farmers market, and the bookstore where I've done a signing at had an idea to put local authors out there so that they can sign their books and meet people and whatever. And oh my God, it was cold. Snorter Poopus would have needed a jacket. That's how cold it was out there.
Oh wow.
Got down to 60, huh?
No, it was colder than that. And I have a video.
It was in the 40s.
It's chilly.
What's up, bad?
That's a heat wave here.
Actually,
So-
yesterday here was like plus 20. I wonder what that translates into Fahrenheit for you guys. And now it's very
Whoa.
lightly snowing all over again. Oh,
Oh, it's beautiful.
Nice.
I'm going to get this bigger so I can see better. There we go.
awesome.
Is that Fetty's artwork there for the next book?
Yep.
It is.
Looks good.
Yes, it is. Now all I need is a book to. I just need a book to put
To
it
go with
on. Go with it. Yeah, it's a long story, but what happened was my editor is dealing with some technical difficulties, and hopefully she still has the file.
Oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
OMG.
That's an OMG moment.
Mm.
so she might have lost the cover art.
No, cover art I still have. It's the book.
Oh.
It's the book file.
Oh,
It's just the rest of it that's
Mm.
missing.
Yeah, the rest of it is missing.
So we're just going to release it with Fet's artwork, and that'll be it. I mean, right there, that's all you need.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Fet's artwork we'll keep it. We'll keep everybody intrigued.
This is now the coffee table book with exclusive artwork.
Yes. Yes, it's
Wow,
still
what's that dolphin
Now in
doing?
manga form. So
it is still with me. I have it here. And yeah, actually it was cold, and customers walked by and nodded and smiled and walked past. You would think that people wanted to read books, but I guess not.
So
Just to share with you, of course, I ordered my books, and they came, and this is what my wife had to say. Oh, geez, more books?
Oh,
Hey,
Philistines.
yes. Oh, and that's what I heard when I was walking past a couple people. They said, "We don't need more books." You heathen! You said
Heathens!
you don't need more books.
Those are the people who'll be out there with the marshmallows roasting them over the Library of Alexandria as it burned.
Yeah.
It's downloadable, right, on Amazon?
Yeah.
That's where you follow up with that, I reckon.
Mhm.
You need to put something up there that says "Grab it before it's banned."
Mhm.
Oh, there we
Good.
go.
Oh, there you
Everybody
go.
will jump on it.
I-
Hurry up!
I'm going to start right now. I'm going to start a campaign to ban his books, and the sales will go up there. So
What?
I'm going to start ban your books, and that will increase your sales because everybody wants to ban books. They think there's some things about those books we have to get them now. See, it's called reverse
That's
marketing.
kind of logical in a perverse
Yeah.
kind of way.
You know what?
Reverse
Also,
psychology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Or
know what
obverse.
also might help?
I want it because you say I can't have it.
True.
Yeah, that too. Everybody obviously loves dolphins, but what might actually make this sell more is put a cute little sea otter on the cover too.
I agree. Yeah. Otters sell. They work with me.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
And
Otter Wars.
Baron Woman Tag, I have got to show you this.
Okay.
Courtesy of Fet for Hire. This proves your give me a second. I got to go into my file. I want to be prepared to to wow and amaze you because you dogged me about dolphins in space.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yes, you do, Fet.
The proof.
The proof.
You loved it. You know you loved it.
Yeah, but now we have, thanks to Fet for Hire, we have proof that there are dolphins in space.
Oh, yeah, there they are.
Oh, dear God.
Happy little dolphins. Look at
It,
that.
on Jupiter, floating around on Jupiter.
Which, spoiler alert, part of the book takes place. There we go.
That's a big dolphin.
So basically, the entire story has entered the oh God, his name is drawing a blank now. You know, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yes.
Oh,
Which I have to
Audrey
read.
Dent?
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean that's the character, but yeah, you know. So long and thanks for all the fish.
For all the
right?
fish.
Mhm,
Yeah.
Yep.
The last message to Earth from the dolphins to humans.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And let's see. I know there's another one here.
Pudgy!
Yes. Unfortunately, Pudgy can't come because he's helping Cobalt on a project. And
He's a hard-working hedgehog.
he's a hard-working hedgehog, and he is busy helping Pudgy. I mean, Cobalt. And
Douglas Adams, right?
Oh, you're looking for the author thing, not Douglas Adams.
Yeah.
And it's personally, I think Hitchhikers is best listened to because it was originally a radio show.
True.
Mhm.
I remember listening to that radio show when I was a kid in my mid-teens. Loved
In
it.
fact, I think that's the best way to go. If you can find the radio show,
Yeah.
there, Raymond, I would listen to that before I read the
Yeah.
book.
I
Okay.
actually have all 3 radio shows of the Star Wars radio show broadcast.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
It's
Those are great.
fun. So
Yes.
much more stuff in there.
I love radio. I mean, like the old time horror show channel they have on there,
Yeah.
and all that. I mean, I just put those on. I just start listening. And just a little side note: George Lucas loved those radio plays so much that he considered them this far down from being fully official.
Yeah.
He said that was basically the same level as the movies. So Disney, take a hint.
Stellar Heather. Hey, Stellar. Glad,
Tell her.
glad you're here. She says that Raymond's book contains no space possums, so I'm not pleased about that. Sorry, Heather. I am so sorry.
No otters either.
Yeah, no otters, no ferrets,
That's the next.
No penguins.
no penguins.
You know,
I like that Raymond has
Punkwater was
a,
talking to me about that.
I like that Raymond has a brain fart file on his computer.
Yeah, I was just going to say that's the name of my computer.
Brain fart file.
That should be the name of your channel.
Oh no.
I don't know. He might have something there.
Yeah, the kids might love that.
No, yeah, I think so.
The dolphins were the ones who made the monoliths.
Mhm.
Possible.
Without opposable thumbs?
They have opposable flippers.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I suppose, yeah. Foiled again. Dang it.
Yes.
Yeah, I am going to be your Bane comic.
Dad man walking 55. That's good.
Hello, Dad Man.
Dad man.
Welcome. All right. Here's more proof.
Dad man.
Here's more proof, Baron, that there are dolphins out in space.
It's nice.
The Dolphin Nebula.
Put
That's
the radio
actually a
telescope.
thing.
Yeah. Put a real telescope on that, you're going to get.
Yes.
They are
And it's-
coming, people.
They are coming. Dolphins are coming. So,
Snarky talks.
yeah. So Stellar Heather, thank you for coming. And we also have Dad Man Walking. Boy, people are coming. They're coming slowly, but they're coming.
Hey, Fit, we haven't scared them away yet. Me?
Not yet. Not yet. We'll get there.
I know.
Okay. I thought one of the things we probably want to do is get a talk from Sandra about her trip to Texas. The actual stuff, not the shenanigans that she did with Rennie. Well, we may still do. We may still do that, but she had a purpose to go down there, and it wasn't primarily to talk to party with Rennie. So, and of course, Legata says, "Tell us all about Rennie."
So we'll have to do this proper here. We're going to have to do this proper, Raymond.
Yeah.
The stars at night are big and bright. Deep in the heart of Texas. And now you, Sandra.
Oh. Pudgy way. Oh, so Pudgy's here.
Hey,
I guess he's
Pudgy.
gonna. Is he gonna lurk in the background? Looks like he's gonna be lurking in the background. Well, Pudge, if you want to pop in sometime, just let me know. And helping Mama Eagle move.
Just don't get yourself taped into a box. That's all.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And watch out for
Sandra, I'd like to hear all the deeds.
mirror Pudgy.
Official and un.
Yes.
We were all misbehaving, but that's another story.
All right. So I'm gonna mute myself because you don't want to hear me. You all want to hear Sandra. So Sandra.
It's about time you figured that out.
Oh, I guess he's lucky I love him. All right. So for those of you who don't know, I went down to Denton, Texas to teach for 2 weeks at what's called a rating preparatory program. It's for Air Force officers and enlisted who are active duty who want to get out of whatever job they're doing and become pilots for the Air Force. And this is, I hate the word diversity, but this is a diversity program that basically levels the playing field. So it's not aimed at a gender or race or anything. It's aimed at people that never had the opportunity to learn about flying when they were younger. So it puts them on a level playing field with people that already have a private pilot certificate, teaching them things about what color are the lights on the taxiway and the runway, What do the different terms of aviation mean? What are the fundamentals, the basics of aviation that are going to help these guys pass this major test so that they can try to get in and get what's called a rated position, which is pilot, WISO, which is the backseat radar intercept person, drone pilot, anything having to do with aviation. And they could be in any job. I've had people that are in maintenance, people that are in security, secretary, well, clerks, whatever their nomenclature is in the Air Force. It could be anybody from any background. They just need to want to fly. And of course, who doesn't want to fly? I mean, really. So I went down there and started flying with these people. Let me see if I can get up some pictures here. Well, first of all, the most important picture is that one. Can everybody see that picture? That's the most important picture to start with, of course.
Nice.
I thought that was so cute, that it was just adorable.
Oh, thank you.
And then here is one of the classes. The young lady here, she's from Puerto Rico, and during the hurricane, she said that they were sitting there with no power, no running water, nothing, and they felt like everybody had deserted them and forgotten them. And then she saw a C-130 fly in with the American flag on it, and she knew they hadn't been forgotten. So that's when she was already started college, but that's when she joined the ROTC program, and she's now a lieutenant in the Air Force. And kind of coincidentally, I guess, one of the speakers that talked to them before we went flying in the morning was a C-130 pilot, and he was the pilot whose plane she saw come into Puerto Rico.
Oh.
So that made her want to be a C-130 pilot.
Wow.
So, but every one of these people want to be pilots in the Air Force. That's really cool. We had shoved all the planes into the hangars. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is about 8 or 10 of them. And we had stuck them in there to keep them out of some of the bad winds. We had some tied down outside, and then we had another hangar with more stuffed in. But it's like a jigsaw puzzle in here.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a picture with the instructors. We'll get past that one pretty quick. Here we were coming out to what they call a Pet the Jet event. And it's after the end of the week where we go out and we go and take a look at the Air Force trainers that have been brought in. And there's another picture as we're getting ready to pull more planes out. That's the back of my head, and that's one of my students. So we would take them and we would do ground school with them. From 8 o'clock in the morning until 8 o'clock at night, we were joined at the hip. So we did all sorts of ground training, pulled out different books, different things that you use to learn how to fly and learn how to do cross-country trips. And then we would sit on the simulator for an hour and a half at night. And the next day we would fly in the airplane what we did in the simulator the night before. And this is just some pictures of Texas, which is flat. There is nothing there. It is flat. So therefore the winds are crazy because it is nothing but flat. You can see for hundreds of miles. And there's another one of my students. And here is an airport we had to land at because the winds were too bad at the home airport. And this had a crosswind runway. So we landed here a couple of days to do some fueling and just for a break. That's the plane I flew. I flew it all the way from home down to Denton, Texas, which took a little over 11 hours. And then I flew it 8.5 hours back. But it's much better than trying to get in a commercial airliner with all that crap. All right, so this is the lady that actually organizes the program. She says it's her favorite program. She just was giving some information. I don't think you guys really want to hear it. This is the inside of that airport. This guy is what we call Cap Youssef. He's an Air Force lieutenant colonel, and he was our liaison with the Air Force between them and Civil Air Patrol. And because we were at the outlying area, they didn't have all their staff. So our operations guy tagged him and said, hey, you're putting all the fuel receipts in. You get to put all the numbers in, and you get to upload every single fuel receipt for 15 airplanes. And that's a picture of one of the jets that was at the event, the Pet the Jet event, where the guys got to go out and climb all over these airplanes. Another picture inside. All right, so these are two of my students the first week. I'm still sitting in the airplane doing paperwork. This one says, is that plane supposed to be rolling all by itself? And I said, no, can you stop it? So the two of them ran over and stopped the airplane, and one of them held the airplane while the other went and tried to find out who the moron was that didn't put tires in the chocks. So long story short, they found the person and they got it all taken care of. And the Cap Youssef guy made a huge deal over the fact that these two basically saved a whole bunch of airplanes because it was heading right for the fuel pump.
Ooh.
Yeah, if it had hit the fuel pump, it would have been ugly. It would have taken out at least 10 airplanes, as well as anybody else who was standing around there. So, yeah, I wasn't happy with the moron, and I made sure I said something to the person. And I don't think he appreciated it, but I don't care. This is the simulator. So it's just a tabletop unit, and then it's got two little wings on it so you can kind of sort of see outside. And this, and this are mine. And these are Rennie, the very first time she shot.
Not bad.
So, like I said, I taught her how to shoot.
Dangerous.
Whoa. Yes.
Byron better behave himself.
So you said the middle row there is hers. That one on the right. That's
this one,
Yep.
this one, and this one are mine. And then these three are Rennie's.
I was going to say the middle one to the right. That's pretty good grouping for it.
It's all good.
Yeah, these are Rennie's, and this is the first target we shot. So this is the very first time she had ever shot a gun.
You can see her tightening up her focus on that too.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's the
So I
old-
suppose now we can call you Janet Bond.
Wait a minute. How long has she been in Texas and this is the first time she shot a gun? Isn't it illegal?
That's what I thought. But
Yeah.
we were sitting in our briefing room and we were told, now, if you're flying over some area and you see someone starting to come, you see things starting to shoot past the plane, leave, because we're the only person in the entire state that isn't armed. Because we're not allowed to carry sidearms on the plane. So, but she did very well for the first time. And this is our operations staff. So they're the ones who are putting all the information into the computers, making sure that our sorties were all loaded so we can go and fly, not have to worry about a lot of the paperwork. And this guy gave me a hard time from time to time, and he said, in front of the whole class, he was saying, and you guys, and he looked at me and said, and gal. I'm like, I don't care, just, I'm one of the guys, whatever, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
This is an honor guard statue that was at the airport where we went to for the little event. And this is Wonder Pretty Planes. This is a female fighter pilot that's in the Navy. They were having a problem with their airplane, so they were parked there, and they just invited all the students to come and climb up and showed them all the stuff inside the plane. If you notice, really beefy landing gear here, and that's for landing on the carriers.
Yeah, that's hard to do.
Yeah, it looks like it's really difficult, but she's one of the pilots, so obviously she can do it. And there's one of the Air Force planes with some of the students.
Carriers are kind of scary to be on.
Yeah, it's like landing on a football field.
Yeah, but you look over the edge and it's a long way down.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
My brother was a chief of the boat on the USS America.
Oh, wow.
When it was down in Norfolk, we went down there and he took us on a little visit on it. Man, it was big.
Yeah, it's tiny. And here they're just marshaling in a couple more of the training aircraft. Don't you just love that sound? It's just really loud. When we got done and we went inside, they were all just sitting around drinking coffee and briefing. All right, so on my flight down, there was a huge storm, and I got my prayer team going, and I had a lot of people praying, and the storm broke up just so I could go through here.
Nice window.
Yeah, so this is going from Huntington, West Virginia to, I forget the name of the airport, but the identifier is UCY, Union City. So this is Alabama, Tallahassee, Georgia, and then up here Chicago and everything. So there were people diverting around here, airliners diverting, but the storm just opened up and I got right through it. Of course, after I got through here, then instead of going 120 to 110 knots, I started going 85 because the wind was so bad. But this is the multifunction display on, or this is the primary flight display on a G1000. That's the Mississippi River. So I just thought that was kind of interesting to see. So that's really all the pictures that I have. And we had a really good time. We sound like, honey, do you have your speaker on still?
No.
Okay, because I'm echoing. So anyway, that was my week, or 2 weeks, and it's really good to be back.
Thank you, Sandra. Those were great pictures.
They were.
Yes. You had quite the adventure. And let me, before we go on, we had some newcomers come on board. We have, Stella Heather came on and complaining about no space possums. We got Dad Man Walking. Hello. And we got Agent Pepsi 1. How are you?
Dun, 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 dun. She's
and she's saying she doubts if Sandra taught, she says, if you gave me a handgun, I probably wouldn't have hit the target. I'm sure if Sandra taught you, you'd be doing really, really well after Sandra. And then I guess this is the latest from Legatus. This is the latest line for the Ode to the Pond. And then at the gun range came Sandra and Rennie showing up a macho man with a Mach 10 car named Benny.
Yeah, we also went out to a wine tasting afterwards. It was really good.
It's important to do them in the right order.
Absolutely.
Don't drink and then shoot.
Yeah. Oh, kitty. There's a kitty there.
Oh, yeah, that's Mouseby Kitty.
Ah.
He's trying to get his legitimate time on the air. He's demanding that way. This is his contract.
Yeah, well, I don't see. Snoopy's probably near mommy. And so, great pictures. I really like that that F-18. Legatus asks, did you have wine before the gun range?
It was after the gun range. We had a staff meeting, and then we went shooting things, and then we had wine and cheese, and the person giving us the wine had all sorts of knowledge she was sharing. She could tell us the region it came from and how it was made and everything. It was really good. And then we just kind of hung out and carried on. No strip teases, though. No, we didn't go in like any Chippendales or anything like that.
Yes, Legatus is trying to get you in trouble there. Okay. Let's see. So Captain Trek, what's been up with your channel? How you been doing?
Oh, not a lot. Just trying some new things. Gonna be getting some stuff in the mail this next week, so I can finally start doing some other kinds of streams.
Oh, okay. Good. And one of these days, I got to try and get on to the coffee stream, but it's usually when I'm at work. Work is that necessary evil.
Oh yes.
Ooh, yes. Ooh,
Yes. And Tiger Stripes as the newcomer. I liked your video. What?
Oh, thank you.
And we are gonna. You and I have to arrange an interview later on, probably after your channel gets more established.
Yes, please. A little while down the line. Gosh. Yeah.
So, what are you just planning right now? Reviews?
I'd like to have a little something to say. I think that'd be fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
What are you looking at reviewing type of stuff?
I think, the things I like, because that's, I think interested is interesting. So you've kind of got to like it to start with. I saw the Batman. Something nobody pointed out in any of their reviews was that I was kind of watching it and thinking, gee, I wish Pattinson would do something a little different whenever he was Bruce Wayne. It's just so flat. And it occurred to me, like the light bulb went off. I think that was intentional. I think the guy's supposed to be on the spectrum. There's just something not quite right with him. And but nobody mentioned that. So I thought, I could add that. I could have something to say about that.
Yeah, I don't know about that Batman movie. Maybe it's just me, but it's like, I don't know. Ever since '89, it's like, ooh, yay, a Batman movie. It's so dark and gritty. And then as the years go by, and it's like, oh, another Batman movie. It's so dark and gritty. And then the one that came out, like 15 years ago or something like that with Christian Bale. Yeah. And it's like, oh, it's so dark and gritty and new, right? And so then Justice League came out and Batflick, and it's like, oh, but it's so dark and gritty. Now we got this new Batman movie, and yet again, it's a new Batman movie, and it's so dark and gritty. So it's like
it was, I think, even darker than all the others. At some point, you can barely tell what's going on.
It's like,
really
how much
dark
and gritty can you possibly get?
Yeah, I know what you mean by that. When we were talking about that before, it's like it really changed with the Dark Knight Returns comic book series, where they decided to really go and because that was such a groundbreaking comic, and it's like, okay, let's just go dark. I think the '89 Batman was just about right because it was still a comic book film. It was dark and gritty, but it still wasn't like angst-ridden dark. It was still fun. You still had humor. You still had what you would expect in a comic book. And it just seems like, yeah. And once you got away from it, obviously you had like the more comedic, bat nipple ones they had for the last two.
Oh God, don't go there.
Oh,
I went there already. Sorry, but then it's like, well, how dark and gritty and how realistic we can get it. It's like, well, I'm kind of funny that way. I don't want realistic. I want a comic book film. These people are, are head and shoulders above the average person. They're supposed to be our heroes. They're supposed to be doing the impossible and such like that. It's like, let's get back to what it used to be.
Yeah.
Let's have enough of that like discriminatory talk.
Well,
anybody can be a superhero now.
Yeah,
I am.
Yeah, I want my superheroes to be super. I don't want them just to be ordinary people like me.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I found a book that one of the instructors on my team had, and she loaned me this book, and I've got to read it, but I found it very fascinating.
Did you?
The title seems fascinating enough, and
what is the title?
It's Batman and Psychology: A Dark and Stormy
Ah.
Night
That's
by
good
Thomas
title.
Langley. So I'm trying to read it among my copious spare time, but I'd like to see how see if this really goes in depth into the psychology of Batman.
Mhm.
So
Hmm.
we'll see how that goes. But I gotta
Interesting.
find a copious free time. Andy and his collection of wonders. And it looks like you're working on one.
Always.
It's always kind of like that film, The Puppet Master.
Yeah, right now I'm doing I have a friend of mine who lives in London, and they just put his sister on hospice with cancer. So I'm
Oh.
trying to do a little thing to cheer him up.
Oh, okay.
He's a big 1/6 scale collector, so if I send him his own head, that doesn't sound too weird, right?
No. Everybody's thrilled.
Well, you could have said you were giving him head. That would have sounded weirder, you know.
Oh,
Oh
that went
my!
there.
Uh-oh. An idea is I hear it. I smell an idea percolating.
We have problems.
Agent Pepsi 1 asks how the book signing will go. Cold. Very cold.
Like fish.
Yes. It was it was successful for the most part, but it was cold. I couldn't. It's one of those that you wish you had all your stuff on. And fortunately, we got to move the vehicle close enough to me where Sandra could bail out into it and keep warm as I froze my butt off.
You have to suffer for the art, man. You got to suffer for the art.
Exactly.
Hey, I stuck it out for 3 hours in the cold with him. And it was much warmer in the car, especially since he left the window wide open.
Well, the couple that suffers together stays together.
Yes,
Exactly.
true. That's true.
And he needed to talk to you. How can you talk through a closed window?
Yeah.
Exactly. Sign language, semaphore flags.
Yeah.
Throwing
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no, here we go with the throwing things.
Text.
Text.
It was so. I actually had to.
Smoke
No,
signals.
no, Legatus. It was outdoors. It was right in the parking lot of the bookstore, right behind the farmers market. So yeah, it was burr. In fact, let me put on another video.
It's home movie night on Just Cuz.
Yes.
Sit back with your favorite tub of popcorn and enjoy.
Yep. Yes, indeed. Okay, while I'm pulling out, as the time goes on. Okay. Here is another one. She is one of the authors. Yeah, we could get coffee in the farmer's market.
How many other authors were there besides you?
There were about 4.
Okay.
This was one of the other authors.
Oh. Oh, hello.
The sound is not working. And the guy behind behind her is a Civil War historian.
Oh.
And wrote bunches of books on the Civil War. And the lady with the little girl is the co-proprietor of the bookstore, Fuzzy Dog.
Oh, cool.
Okay.
So,
Independent bookstores.
yep.
Yep.
Gotta love them.
Mm-hmm. No, of course, Raymond is leaving out. They're all fighting each other out there, going, "No, no, no! Don't go to his table. Come to my table. No, no, no! You don't want to come to that one. You want to come to mine.
Oh,
Get away from that one."
it was fun. People would nod, and people would ask, and I told them the venue, and they said, "Oh, congratulations," and walk away. I said, "Buy my book. Don't give me a congratulations. Buy the book. That's what I'm here for."
Yeah, the ultimate congratulations buying the book.
Yes, buy the book.
You got to chat them up. You got to have that pitch meeting line.
Oh,
it's like
Yeah. Oh, I did
Honor
too.
Harrington meets.
Yes. Yes, I did. And actually, it was funny. Most of the I did get some sales, but most of them were from the other offers. I think I had two. Let's see, two I sold to the authors, and two I sold to customers. So okay, it was a 50%.
Not
It was
bad.
it was 50%. So it was okay. But cold, like I said, Snort would have been wearing a sweater to protect himself. Okay. Fet, I know you've got some evil stuff out there.
It's true.
Well, give us a show. Da, da, da. Agent Pepsi One says one of my professors is an authority on the Civil War. Written the Western campaigns, huh? Okay.
My
I don't know
brother's
about the westerns.
my brother's at Pleasant Hill this weekend. He's at a recreation event. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's his first one, his first big war event. So
Oh, okay.
first big battle event. So
Ah.
it's gonna be interesting to see how it goes for him.
Yeah, we're about a couple hours from Gettysburg. Maybe one day we will go and see the reenactment. Okay, there we go. That's a good one.
Anyone I caught that on Frolics last night, Carla Burton and I think David Krantz sent a super chat that suggested at this poster. So I did this while listening to Frolics last night.
Nice.
It's good.
Oh, I remember I did one too. Jeez. I'm going to have to show you that, Fed.
Sandra bought a half pound of chocolate fudge to comfort myself.
Yes.
Yes.
Half a pound is better than none.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's true.
I love fudge. Way too much.
No, we do not, Legatus. I have to see what she is saying on her technical difficulties. See if I have to send her the file again. And hopefully don't have to resort to a plan B. And John Rend.
Well, I think it was the artwork by Fit for Hire. That's what did it. The artwork and he was an evil genius. I mean, there's got to be that evil part.
Yeah, it's true.
I got you banned.
Yeah, me banned.
Hey, I'm trying to be Disney. I put subliminal messages in there, and if they discovered them, well, what can I do?
Yeah, true. That's true. Let's see. The Agent Pepsi One says she's going to have to email that professor and email him. Oh, sorry to hear that. He's got health issues. Let's see.
What was interesting about John Rendell's sister making a full hoop skirt dress. That's a lot of sewing. That's yards and yards and yards of fabric. You start something like that and you think, oh, I can do this. And just keep sewing and sewing.
Doesn't that sound familiar, hon?
It's a real accomplishment.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've made Renaissance gowns. I've made Renaissance outfits for Raymond. I made my daughter's wedding gown. Yeah, it takes forever. I also made a cloak for Doomcock. The one thing you see on Zazzle where he's wearing a cape and he's holding the sword, I made that cape.
Ooh, I gotta go look at that.
See, that's one of the nice things about Viking Age reenactment. It's easier to make the outfits, the kit.
Yeah.
We didn't have
There was-
boosters.
There was one I made for when he goes in his little rants. Not rants. I suppose you could say rage. Rage rant? Yeah. So let me see here. one sec, because I have to. There. Don't know if anybody can see that yet. Okay.
You haven't shared yet.
Sharing is caring.
Okay, there it is.
There we go.
All right, give me a second. I need to. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
good.
a good one.
That's not bad.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna have to send that to him. So it's
Wow.
like, hey.
They do a volcano with his head in rock and like.
Well, I couldn't find a decent picture of Krakatoa, so
it's Mount Vesuvakak.
exactly. Yeah, there you go. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to do something with that. I did a picture before too, a Slayer one where he had fire coming out the tower. I'll try to find it here.
Oh, how about Kakatoa? Kakatoa.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I like to think I can be Fetty's muse now and then.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no talents. It's best I can do. I mean, you got Andy over there with his puppet master stuff. Those guys.
Well, yeah,
below me.
actually, that was pretty good. I was thinking the next time Andy's on King Dolphin, Puppet Master, thumbnail for the splash.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
That was a pretty good idea.
Yeah,
there.
we'll have to check that out. Yeah, we'll have to make that happen, big guy. Let's see. Legatus.
Where's my residuals?
Why don't cats like online shopping? They prefer catalogs. Yeah. I miss the hedgehog effects. But I guess Mere Pudgy tied him up into a box.
Yeah.
But I have to confess, though, I miss catalogs. Oh, when you got those catalogs, especially around Christmas time, the Wards, the Sears, J.C. Penney's, and the first thing you do is you go right to the back because that's where all the toys were and all that stuff
Yeah.
was.
Yes, definitely.
Oh,
No, those were the days.
they were. Oh,
Yes. And now
circling the items you want.
Yeah, now you just click on a box and
Yeah.
here's another one. Oh, that's a good
No,
one.
there we go.
Oh yeah.
Hey, it is Death Metal Dolphin today, so
Yeah. That
Yes.
oh, I love the little blast coming out of his the top of the helmet.
yes, this is the one I entitled "Ejaculating Fire."
Man,
That's a good one.
ejaculating fire. Oh God.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So squirty.
Oh.
That could have meant anything.
Yes,
It
it could
burns.
have. That's
Oh my!
it shows where everybody's mind is.
It burns when I
Oh.
pee.
Only vaguely.
I have to work my way up to the gutter usually, so
I can't seem to crawl my way out.
well, I need to get up to it first to get out. Try to crawl out. That's the trouble. I'm down here with the alligators and the that were flushed down the toilets and the mole men.
I can make that a meme.
Uh-oh.
I'm sure you will.
Probably in the next 5 minutes.
Do it.
Oh,
Do it
I'm
now.
telling you.
it.
6:05
Exit.
p.m. 6:05 p.m.
So, execute order Embarrass Baron.
So I got a timestamp of 6:05. So we shall see.
Timestamp.
Yes.
the other day we were talking about Forbidden Planet on the other channels on there, and it's amazing to see. Besides the fact he had Leslie Nielsen in there, of course, everybody counts him as Dr. Umack all the way up to Frank Dribben, his comedic stuff, but about him being a serious actor and how close. Basically, we're saying that this was your prototype Star Trek episode. This was if you really if the Galaxy Quest is considered a Star Trek film. Forbidden Planet should be one of those too. But you go through the cast that they had in there. Did you know that Roscoe P. Coltrane was in there? James
No.
Best. Yep, he was one of the unnamed crew members. But so was Oscar Gordon from $6 Million Man, Richard
wow.
Anderson.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I had no idea.
yeah. You just go through that cast. It's like all these people. It's like I know who that is. Obviously we all know who Walter Pidgeon is, or should know who he is, but on down. But those two being in that film, it's like wow, they just grabbed people that at that time weren't anybody. And then in one fashion or another became pulp culture icons. Whether it's Roscoe P. Coltrane to Oscar Gordon to all the way on up. Highly recommend. If no one's seen Forbidden Planet, 1956, see it. You have shorted yourself. You need to see that film.
Excuse me. Agent Pepsi 1 is saying she's got to head on out. She's she's got a
it's going to
dinner
be
date.
lovely.
So have a good
Lasagna.
night. Lasagna. Have a good time, Agent Pepsi 1.
Yep.
Thank
Have
you
a
for
good one.
coming.
Yeah, catch you later.
Thank
Save
you
me a
for coming.
slice.
And, yes, and save us a slice. We'll share it here. Let's see.
Take care of
yeah.
that one.
And let's see. Here is. Okay.
I love the psychedelic effect. It's like whoa.
Fine.
It's Infinity Mirror.
Oh, there it is.
And there's
There's the chandelier. Yep. Hanging out in the chandelier, watching us.
I just hope there's no bear droppings.
Yeah. I was wondering that myself. Good night, Agent Pepsi 1.
Take your agent.
Good night.
Pepsi.
Good night.
Bye.
Let's see. Yeah, well, I've got to watch. I got to watch Forbidden Planet. I don't know if I've ever seen it.
Oh, it's a must.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Anne Francis.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so beautiful. She was so beautiful. And one of the also side notes, I brought it back is in the day, who was ILM of the day back in that era, and it was Walt Disney. If you take a look at all the special effects he did for his films, obviously, very fanciful for the live action films, whether it's Bedknobs and Broomsticks or Mary Poppins and all that. But Walt Disney actually loaned, which means going from one studio to another, which is a big thing. You didn't, people were contracted to certain studios. You didn't have that cross pollination. But he loaned one of his his artists, the animation artists, to go over there. So the artwork, the special effects you're seeing is Walt Disney quality artwork for all the special effects. The lasers.
It really holds up. Yeah, I don't even want to say a word about it if you haven't seen it yet, because you got to see it. It's
yeah.
Oh, I will.
Also the matte paintings they have in there is just like it's just amazing,
Yep. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Do we have before we move on? We have got to all wish Wendy Webb. They're probably getting ready to. Let me just double check the time.
5:10 Central Time, so which they're in. So
yeah, I noticed. I think she gave me the rough time that they're gonna. 17 or 5:30 Central. So within 20 minutes, they're going to start the ceremony.
Awesome.
Isn't this about the time people are supposed to classically get cold feet?
and and they're having it in the hospital too. So
Yeah, they're having it in the
everybody-
hospital.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Yes.
Wow,
which is
cool.
perfect. If anybody passes out, they don't have far to take them.
that's fantastic.
Yeah.
That's
Perfect
Yes.
lovely.
planning.
Yeah.
I wish them great
So
joy.
let us all let us they're probably not going to watch this live, but we can at least say that close to their nuptials, the pod wished them both a happy wedding and best wishes for the life in the future. So please, we'll do this individually, and so that everybody gets it, so it's more personalized. So we'll start with Sandra.
Wendy and Jimmy, I just wish you the best, the most happiest of lives ahead of you. And just may you be blessed and full of joy and just share that joy with everybody you meet. And I just love you both.
Captain Trek, your turn.
Oh yes. So I do hope you have a wonderful wedding ceremony. I hope things work out as wonderfully as you would like, and hope that the reception as well and everything is just wonderful, and that your life together begins as smoothly as possible.
Andy.
Guys, I wish you the best. I hope you have a wonderful ceremony, and this is the beginning of a very long and very happy nuptials. And worst case scenario, it's going to be bad because both of you know the vital areas where you can kill each other very easily. Let's try not to do that.
Tiger Stripes.
Oh, yeah, Wendy and Jimmy, I wish you great joy. I know you're already cohabiting, so you got the hard part out of the way. The rest of it should just be tons of fun.
Baron.
Wendy, Jimmy, just to let Wendy's parents know, they didn't lose a daughter; they gained a doctor. So, best of wishes for you all. And I know Wendy and I talked about it. She's been kind of pushed back, and Jimmy's in the forefront because she is that doctor. But you're both going to have a great relationship together, many years together, and have fun with that movie marathon on your honeymoon.
Fett.
Okay, I'm not really good at these things, but all the best to you, Wendy and Jimmy, and I hope you keep each other happy for life. Congratulations.
Meme to come.
Yeah, I speak better through my memes.
It will be coming. Comic relief.
Well, you know what? I'd like to say congratulations and hope for the best and everything like that, but the best thing I can probably do is this. Dear God, I pray that Wendy and Jimmy from this day forward have a wonderful relationship before you, that you fill their hearts with joy and love for each other, and that you give them each an extremely blessed life full of happiness and joy and adventure and everything that you can possibly provide for them, and that they each live a long life with each other forevermore. And in Jesus' name I pray, amen.
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 And please teach Doomcock how to say Dilaudid.
That's right.
Before I go to the chat, you could start putting your comments out there. I'm going to give my wishes. Wendy and Jimmy, you are wonderful people. I hope you have a joyous wedding. I hope the rest of your life is joyful, fun, entertaining, and that you take care of each other. All right, and now we will get to the chat's wishes. We have Legatus Legionii in his in his tongue-twisting form. A warm Wendy Webb, wedding well wishes we all want to report.
Oh God, my tongue would be hurting.
Oh,
You
yeah,
forgot to
my
say,
tongue.
and you forgot to say Wimmy
Wimmy.
with Wimmy.
With
Instead of
Wimmy.
Jimmy, Wimmy.
Yeah.
With Wimmy.
John Randall says, good luck to Wendy and Jimmy. God bless. Okay. For anyone who wants to put in, anyone out in the chat who wants to put out wishes, please do so, and I'll put them in there so that they'll be able to see. I thought this would be a nice touch for them. They're going to be probably seeing this sometime, and I'll make sure because I'll give them the link, and hopefully they'll just enjoy our own personal wedding card to them. So,
and with
awesome.
Wendy's new journey, and well, even though she's at the same hospital, a new job at the hospital.
Yes, true.
Should help. Yeah.
Although she's done some fun things like flying a dolphin for an emergency treatment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that had to be an adventure.
Oh, that Wendy.
The
one that was talking about the oil rig, offshore oil rig and stuff.
Yep.
Oh, her.
Yes, her.
Well, so many Wendy's in the world, it's hard to pick one.
Well, this is the Wendy with OLGA.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. The one whose name cannot be said.
I'm glad you let me know that because I would have said that name without realizing it.
Yeah, well, Wi-Fi's all over would turn off, and we'd have to all do a reboot. So
I thought it was only when she sang.
No, I think it was 3 times the name was said, and the Wi-Fi went out, according to Pudgy. So yeah. Okay. So I'll keep an eye on the chat, and anybody who wants to give wishes, please do. And now Legatus is still asking. He's still saying, so when are we going to get the report we all came to hear and see? The wild times of Rennie Sandra. Well, Legatus, Sandra mentioned they went shooting, they went drinking wine.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they did any Chippendales things.
No, I'm boring. I'm just a boring person. I behave myself most of the time.
Well, you behave. What about Rennie?
Yeah.
Well, she was with me. She had no choice but to behave. She's really sweet person. Yeah, great to hang around with.
Now, you say you behave most of the time.
Sandra, you're muted.
So when do you not behave?
I plead the fifth. Let's just say that at work sometimes people piss me off and I tell them where they need to put their heads because it's not where it belongs.
Oh, okay.
That's something that somebody that does have fun in secret would say.
There seems to be some guilt.
Legatus, you're trying and you're failing. He says, we want the real news.
He wants you to spill the tea, as the kids say.
Well, if there was any to spill, I would, but we'd spent the whole time I got there on a Friday night, really late. That first Saturday, we had orientation and familiarization, so we had everything standardized, and that went until dinner time. And then Sunday, after my online church, I picked up my students, and we just spent from there until that next Saturday together. And then Rennie and I misbehaved that little bit on Saturday, and then I was back to students for the next week before coming home. So I didn't have time to misbehave.
Yeah, it sounds like a very busy schedule.
It was.
So Legatus, you're out of luck. You're getting the real news. You're getting the real news. No nutty, no fake news. Sorry, pal.
Like I guess you just gotta have to make something up and put it out there. Just like the World Weekly News.
Oh,
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, with all his friends, the Great Gators.
That's Hank and Carl. Yeah, I know them.
Yeah.
They're good guys.
Oh, okay.
They're good guys. Yeah.
Hail Fat. Let's see. We have a Pudgy sighting.
Mhm.
Currently inside a tape box. Cobalt trying to find him to let him out of the box. Mama eating, Mama chirping as she laughs and eats a donut. Uh-oh. Somebody find Pudgy before the next show. Let's see.
He might be in Abu Dhabi by then, along with Nermal.
Yeah, true.
My guess is what was it? Mirror Pudgy? Probably put him in the box.
That's what I was thinking too. Mirror
Yeah.
Pudgy. Mirror Pudgy, put him in the box. Resolute Germ, hello there. How you doing, Resolute Germ?
Hail.
Hey,
I have to
Germ.
work on that
Hello.
Mirror Universe Doomcock figure.
Yeah.
What would
Wait
a
a minute,
mirror
wait a-
Doomcock?
I was gonna say, would a Mirror Doomcock be nice?
He'd probably be in a three-piece suit with manicured fingernails and just a real prissy little thing who sucks up to Disney.
He would be Bella, what was it? Southern Belle Doomcock. That would be the mirror.
Oh my lord!
That would be Mirror Doomcock.
And
Wait a
holding the
minute,
blazer
since he-
backward.
Since he lives in the South, wouldn't he be a Northerner then?
Yeah.
Maybe
Now,
a New Yorker.
boy, I say, now, boy, that Star Trek Discovery was the best thing I ever did see. I'll tell you what.
He'd have framed photographs of him with Kurtzman and JJ and Kennedy, all signed. Do my best
Rose
friend.
petals everywhere.
A mask of Kurtzman on his face.
Scented candles.
Ooh, scented candles.
Little heart pillows. You know,
Ooh.
carrying a phaser backwards.
But if this was a mirror universe, would that mean that those shows would actually be good?
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, yeah.
And these guys would have talent. These people would have talent.
That's true.
You're right. That's right.
That's
Because
right.
then he'd be complaining about how much more woke it could be.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm,
Ooh.
getting something here.
Yes.
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh, and then Harvey, instead of like this Cthulhu-like character, would probably be like, I don't know,
The savior.
a woodchuck,
A poodle.
a poodle. Yeah, I could
One of
go
those
with
old
poodle.
poodles. Yeah.
So, and
then-
he needs to bring back probably that floating skull.
The Skull of Calderon.
Yeah, because I haven't seen that recently.
Yeah. Well, it hasn't been on since that one time.
So in the Mirrorverse, I guess it would be like maybe a floating shrunken head,
Mm.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sapu would be a hamster.
Exactly.
Yep.
Oh
No,
but
we
instead
did
of
not.
prehistoric, it would be futuristic.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be like a cyborg hamster.
Oh,
Oh,
a Borg
And
hamster.
probably about 10 feet high.
Yeah.
And yeah.
And John says probably wouldn't save that show.
Patent pending, trademarked, and copywritten. So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, no, there's an alternate world where all of that new Trek is good because Brian Fuller actually got to be the showrunner for it. But it's not this world. It's not this world.
God. Oh, can you imagine? It's somewhere's in
I'm
the
afraid I
multiverse.
can.
Well, who's the one who writes the Arrowverse or who produces the Arrowverse? God.
CW?
Yeah. No, the name of the
Oh, okay.
I it's on the tip of my tongue, but for the life of me, I don't know.
Someone I don't know.
Yeah. Somebody, someplace.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So let's see.
It can't be all that important because we can't think of the name.
That's true. That's true.
Greg Berlanti?
Yeah, him, Greg Berlanti.
Sure.
Thank
Go
you,
with
Typer
that.
Stripes. Thank you. Yeah, he
I had to
produces
look it
Star
up.
Trek. Yeah. he produces Star Trek in that other universe.
Can we go to that universe?
Really? Where's the door?
Yeah.
I just want to go back to the 80s.
Yeah. We'll work on that, Legatus.
But the big thing here is that in about 3 minutes, Fett hasn't commented, so he's probably working on that picture right now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know it.
Yeah. Hey, it's been. Yeah.
I'm betting right now he's getting GIFs and JPEGs, and he's got Photoshop all fired up, and he's working on that right now.
Oh yeah, that's why he's so quiet.
Exactly.
It's like
right.
Dr. Frankenstein's lab. There's sparks flying and zing, and he's pulling the lever. And
Damn it! I'm like all over Google Images, and I can't find a cyborg hamster anywhere.
Yes.
Why, Google? Why do you taunt me?
Yes. You task me.
Yes.
You task me, and I shall have him.
Maybe you should
Here's
just
the
Bing.
hint. Look at Invader Zim. You'll find that picture.
We'll get some. Oh dear. Oh dear.
I got my advanced copy of In Search of Tomorrow about the 80s science fiction motion pictures, movies that were out. But they were going through the whole decade, starting with, of course, 1980 on up. I still have yet to watch the last 45 minutes, which is like 1989. One of the downsides is they keep on using that ferret face Wesley throughout that entire thing. I know he's the first one you see in there.
Why?
And I don't know. He must have paid somebody. I don't know. They're acting like he's some big shot because he was in Stand By Me and, of course, little bits and pieces of his last Starfighter, which they cut out, basically.
It's because we've angered the karma gods, and this is our punishment.
No.
Oh, I think so. Oh, yeah. And it's an interesting one. I was expecting a little bit more from it. I contributed to it. So I got my names in the credit. I actually got my name in the credit there. Baron Norman Tag. You can see it at the end there. Yeah, it's been a long time since I have my name in an official credit of something besides a police blotter. But that's the point. But if you get a chance, when it comes around, it's worth the watch. My big complaint is they keep on focusing too much on the ones that were big instead of looking at some of the other ones. Obviously, they're talking about Empire and Blade Runner, Return of the Jedi. All that stuff. They even talked about Mac and Me, that great rip-off, horrible of E.T. film they did with Ronald McDonald in there. The one of the other complaints is they kept on getting this futurist in there. He's in white hair. No, he got this like bleached white hair, and every time he's going around, he keeps on talking about, oh yeah, this is Symbiotic, we're destroying the Earth, and this is Symbiotic, we're destroying this and destroying that. It's like, can you just shut up? What if the aliens are coming and they're going to wipe us out because the robots are going to come to life and kill us all because we're horrible to the Earth? And it's like, can we just talk about the Terminator and get it over with? But it's not too bad though. I wish they would have hit some of the B films like Transers, if anyone ever saw Transers, or saw Zone Troopers. Some like the stuff that they had on the Full Moon Studios and some of the other ones. But it's a good one. It's not bad. If you get a chance to see it, go ahead. It's 5 hours long, but it's worth it.
Guys, before we move on, please let's send some prayers and good thoughts to Tyron Beard. He is as you know, he is a Doomcock mod, and he is Rennie's fiance. He is having a medical issue, and we would appreciate. I don't know. We don't. Hold on a second, hon.
Did this just all of a sudden happen? Find out about our.
Please send your prayers and thoughts to Tyron Beard.
Yeah, it's come suddenly, but yeah, just keep in your thoughts and prayers.
Wow,
definitely, yeah. Let them know. Yeah, we send our best over that way. definitely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Have to always go by Tyrant's beer. I'd hail you. Hmm. That's
So little Snoopy has decided that he has to have cow ears all the time. So we gave him a cow ear this morning before we went to the book signing. And when I sat down here, he would not let me sit until I got up and got him yet another cow ear because he's spoiled.
Is he eating them that fast?
Oh yeah, it's like 2 or 3 minutes and they're gone.
Wow.
And who's spoiling him?
Sandra.
Um, he also likes his bully sticks. I give him a 12-inch bully stick and it's gone in 5 minutes.
We usually get some like pig's ears at the local butcher shop.
I thought a local butcher shop, but that might be cheaper than buying them through the store.
Yeah, I think they have like 10 for $10 or something like that, or can't remember. At the one that we have here in town, the pig ears, and of course, needless to say, they don't last. At least when honey gets her mouth on them, they don't last long. The smaller one's not so bad.
Legatus Legionai says, under the house in the sewers, we hear a splash as Baron Wormentag uses his church warden to fend off Wally Gator and friends. Resolute Germ says, your dog is a cow ear addict.
Oh,
Yes.
it's a bad thing to hear.
Everything
Poor
working,
dog.
Andy?
Yep. Yeah,
Oh,
my
okay.
computer screen just suddenly went blue.
Ooh, the blue,
Oh no.
the blue screen of death.
Dun dun dun.
Da-da.
Why so blue?
Yes.
It'll restart. It worked just fine.
Of course.
Now
Don't you hate?
you know the rest of the story.
Blue screen looking at me, nothing but a blue screen. Do I see?
Don't you hate when you do the updates and then the next thing you know, it's a restart and it's just locked?
Yeah.
I heard that sigh, Captain Trek.
I've had it happen too many times. Too many times.
Yes. And especially this computer is a year old and it does an update and just locks and goes, ugh.
I think my laptop's about 5.
I don't
Old
even
timer,
want to
no.
go there. I'm afraid of jinxing it. It's just-
Paul Harvey. Yes.
One of the great ones. One of the
rest
greats from The Simpsons was, and that little boy who nobody liked
Yeah.
grew up to be James Cohen. Now you know the rest of the story.
The rest of the story.
Rest of the story. Yes.
God. Apparently his son has put a podcast of all Paul Harvey's stories.
Ooh.
Yeah, it just started actually I think a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, that'd be great, yeah.
But yeah,
I
I
know
used to
Paul-
listen to him all the time when I was younger.
Mhm. Yeah, the noontime news. We have the morning one, he'd have one at noon, then he'd have the rest of the story.
Yep.
And those were always great.
Oh yeah,
And I know Paul Jr. tried to follow in his father's footsteps, but he couldn't quite get there.
Yeah, it wasn't quite the same.
No.
Although I find it almost kind of amazing that he sounds so similar to his dad.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And he's adopted. He's an adopted kid.
Yeah.
So, but Paul Harvey, that was just that Americana where everybody had to kind of stop and listen to when he was.
Oh yeah.
It's like news and commentary with Paul Harvey, and that was the important thing. He made sure he put in there and commentary.
Yes.
Mhm. Yes.
Because I was
news.
quite fortunate being in Canada, because as a kid where I lived, it was a little town called St. Andrews, New Brunswick, Passamaquoddy Bay. And across the bay was Maine. Well, I had only lived like probably about maybe 20 minutes from Calais, Maine, from the border. And so there was a radio station in Calais, Maine, I was almost going to say WQRP, but that's not it. That's in Cincinnati. WQDY in Calais, Maine. And so, we had, American broadcasting, basically. And every time around noontime, Paul Harvey came on. And back in the day, when I was going to school, you could actually go home and go to lunch, and home was only a few blocks away. So my mom, who was a seamstress at the time, had the radio on, and so you get to listen to Paul Harvey. So, but yeah, I miss those stories so much.
Page 1.
Yeah.
And then on a Saturday night, at 7:00 Atlantic, I would listen to Prairie Home Companion with Garrison Keillor. So, yeah,
Minnesota.
Yep. So I am
Lake Wobegon.
And that's why, as a Canadian, I choose to say Z instead of Z. Because basically, I'm so Americanized.
He lost his Canadian. You turn in your Canadian card right now, Mr.
That's right.
Zed.
I am a closet Canadian. I mean, public television, like when I was really little, you're watching Sesame Street or Mr. Rogers and, all that kind of, the Electric Company and blah, blah, blah. And all that came from public television, which was, again, in Maine, MPBN, right? So, and aside from that, because, back in the day, essentially before anybody could really afford cable, you had 3 channels, maybe 4. And so 2 of the channels were from Canada. And then you had, PBS, which was from the States, right? So, yeah.
We were lucky. We were over the air. We had 5 stations, which was unusual.
Lucky you.
We had the 3 networks. Then we had the PBS station. Then we had an independent station. And I think the one station was actually DuPont and just continue on to be, I can't remember how that all went on there. So then we had one UHF channel, which was the other PBS station. But at that time, no one even, everyone laughed at, UHF. It's like, whatever.
Yeah.
That was channel 17 and all that. But, you have that. It's amazing how much better it seemed like television was when you didn't have as much of it. And then, of course, the next stage was radio. You lived on radio as well.
Yeah.
Well, I remember in Kansas City when we had a whole 7 stations.
Ooh,
wow!
Fancy pants.
It was.
Mr.
Let's see here.
Pants.
The network stations were 4, 5, 9. Then we had 19 was PBS. 41, 50, and 62 were independents.
Wow.
Yeah.
And
I think
41 became Fox later on, but yeah.
Yeah, I think in the big city of Cleveland, we had about 7. No, we had 1, 2. We had 6 channels.
Oh, the king and the captain living large. Ooh.
Wow.
7 channels.
There was another channel, but it was like Home Shopping Network, and it's like
Home
Shopping
Shopping Network.
Yeah.
Who gives a crap about that one?
And then early 90s, you had community television, and it's like, man, I wish I was still around. Jeez.
That was a day. You had 7 stations you could pick from, right?
Yeah.
Now it's like you got a few hundred, and it's like there's nothing on.
Nothing.
And you know what? Exactly. You know what the funny thing about all this is that remember back in the 80s, like 500 channels and nothing to watch, right?
Yeah.
Oh boy, what's on TV that's worth watching? That isn't like full of dreck.
Yeah.
500 channels, but nothing to watch.
Someone was asking the other day, what do you watch on television, on broadcast television these days? I could come up with, I think, 3.
Wow.
What do I watch on broadcast television? Nothing. I watch YouTube.
Yeah.
We're doing Pluto TV for me. I like Pluto TV.
Before excuse me, guys. Got two comments. We've got a newcomer here, Daniel. Oh God, I'm gonna mess this name up. Daniel Serklevsky.
Hail,
Welcome.
Dan.
Welcome.
He comes in and he came. His first comment was, "Vet for hire is also blue." Okay, there's got to be a
Daniel.
story behind that.
Mm.
Hail, Dan.
Welcome.
And I
It's,
know I massacred his name.
Me thinks there's a story there.
Yeah,
I
it's
do tell.
it's a nickname I gained at work because I'm everybody's boy. You're my boy, Blue.
As long as they don't go, you got a real pretty mouthing.
And Legatus is going to ask, Tiger Stripes, what is the history behind your username?
Well, all right. I'll tell you. I'll try not to ramble too much. I was in an online community. This is probably back in the Oddies. It was, and should I say which one it was? At any rate, yeah, it was a good community, and everybody was super intelligent because it was around a particular science fiction writer. And I think I just went in with my own name, and I kind of realized very quickly, that I didn't want to do that, my own first name, and then I just took, I think, Leela, the doctor's companion, my favorite doctor, and my favorite companion, and I went with that for a while, and then at some point, like a few months down the line, things just got kind of weird. The gals all began to kind of pick at each other. There's some henpecking, some stuff like that. And I just sort of decided, okay, I'm going to pick something that's kind of neutral. And it's going to serve me as camouflage. And so I worked at the zoo at the time, and I've always had an affiliation for tigers. They're just one of those animals that I've loved since I was really small. And I don't know why and I know that tiger stripes is an expression for camouflage. And I thought, okay, I'm going to be tiger stripes now. And it really kind of worked a charm. It's just, to this day, if I'm on a chat, people are like, hey, dude. And I'm like, hello. And sometimes I'm like, not a dude, but sometimes I just roll with it. It's all right. Because it's sort of what I do.
Which author?
All right, I'll just tell you, William Gibson, because I don't think the board is up anymore, but it was, quite a lively board, back when it wasn't like a moving chat, it was just post. And yeah, it was good. It was a good community. So that's the story.
Okay. Cool. And I like how you use the Y instead of the I.
Yeah, that's
do that.
Blake. Yeah, William Blake. Yeah, Burning Bright.
Yeah, I do that as well. In fact, one of my characters has the Y as opposed to actually two people have the Y instead of the I. And if you've read the books, you know.
Do any have the Z? No.
Yeah. Yeah, John, Legatus Legion, we're not going to do it today. I'm going to wait till more people have read the books, but we're going to do Dolphin Wars trivia.
Oh,
yeah.
I mean, I got to retain what I read.
Yes, you do. The homework is on.
That's why you need to get it on an audiobook and listen to it as you sleep.
Well, what we're going to do, begin on May 4th, I believe. I'll go through the show notes, but Anti-Derivative Jill and I have been rehearsing on the prologue to do a table reading, and I'm going to call that segment Radio KDTV or KDTV Radio.
Nice.
To kind of match the old style serialized radio shows. If this works out, we may do it that way.
Sweet.
Do a serialized.
Let me try it. Let me try out to be your audiobook guy. It was a dark and stormy night. No, it's
Four
you
score
gotta
and
be
several years ago.
you got to be on top of the doghouse typing the little red doghouse typing out the it was a dark and stormy night. Yes, but yeah,
That'd be fun.
yeah.
A
I'm looking
whole like a serialized play like that.
yeah, and but I'm still trying to figure out what would work best. I'm thinking probably live, but it would have to be a case of you guys. The benches would moderate the stuff to keep us from getting disturbed. I'm not sure I want to do a pre-recording yet. I gotta think about that, but we'll see.
You know, one of the things I like to do when I read sometimes is you're going along there, you find a character that you really like and has the really interesting lines or interesting part in the book. Is I'll read along, and when it comes around to that character's part in there, I start reading it out loud, like acting it through there. It's like it's like you find that one that's like, oh, this character's fun. What would it be like to read that as as that character? And of course, people look at you and they go, "Boy, is he strange?"
Oh, I do that when I did that on my walks from the train station to work. I'd be talking to myself some of my characters' lines, and I'm sure people thought this guy is weird.
Mm-hmm.
The very same ones that are typing on their cell phones as they're walking obliviously.
Well, think about that. Like we used to have to do that all the time with like trying to picture who would play a character, what this character would look like. Back before, I mean, back in the early days of like just getting on the computer when the old forums were there and stuff like that. You get people on there. Everybody always do fan casting. Who would you picture playing this person's character? I mean, think about it. Like, if anyone had said to you, Viggo Mortensen would be a great Aragorn, you'd be like, who? Like, you wouldn't really picture anything like that. And look how great the casting came out. It was like, it's kind of like, and it's funny because like Marvel, they did a really good job in the beginning of casting their characters, of casting the actors in it. And then it became popular to become one of these, and then they just kind of lost it. And now it's like you get these. Well, I think a lot of it has to do with it's like business and academia have the same problems because they get filled with people who think that they're much smarter than they are because their degree tells them how smart they are and their expertise tells them how smart they are. And I don't believe they honestly really know that they're making crap. I think a lot of them, they get in there and they just like, they honestly believe that they're making good stuff and they can't understand why everyone isn't just flocking to it. They just, how can you not see my genius kind of thing? And when you do things like when it's your imagination, you have to picture stuff. You have to like picture the action because there's two things going on there, right? Those like the author is writing an action and then the reader is picturing his own version of the writer's description. And so as older generations, we were looking at things where you had to use your imagination. You had to use your own visualization. And today, between video games and TV and special effects, kids haven't had to do that for a long, long time. And now they just, if it's not put directly on screen, like there's no inference anymore. There's no suggestion. There's nothing like if you can watch a current movie and you can say to someone, oh, well, like when this happened, like when the two characters like went off in the bedroom. Oh, that didn't happen. You see where the two characters kissed in Casablanca and the screen went dark? That's what that meant. I didn't see that. And it couldn't have happened. Like our audience has gotten dumber. The lack of imagination. If you don't put it right out there, there's so many people that just can't see it. And this idea that like, you put a character out there and you put a description on it. Like Michael Crichton got into trouble with this years ago when they made Rising Sun. because they cast Wesley Snipes, and he was like, you can't cast Wesley Snipes. He's like, Japanese people wouldn't cooperate with a black man. Like, they called him a racist. Like, look, it's not me. Like, I actually based this character on a friend of mine who's a black policeman, but I couldn't make the character black because the Japanese officials wouldn't cooperate with him. So it's funny, like, that there's automatically this conception where I don't think that, like, you look at certain things and how they're depicted. Okay, like, we grew up with old-fashioned wrestling, and you had guys like Bruno Sammartino. They were big guys, but they certainly didn't look like the chiseled, sculpted, like, The Rock and John Cena and all this. But they were big, powerful guys, and it was actually believable, the stuff that they were doing. Today, you can't put images out there, or else somebody's making an accusation of you about, like, well, why does the character have to look like that? Well, because I wrote it like that, and as the author, you get to decide what that character looks like, and you don't have to defend it. But I don't think that they have the imagination anymore, because it's like a muscle, I think, that's like, that hasn't been worked out. Like, if you sit down with a kid, and I'm talking a kid like early teens, and you give them a pencil and say, all right, picture what you think this character should look like. I think they'd probably hold the pencil and look at you like you just asked them to solve, like, Einstein's theory of relativity. I don't know that they would be able to do it.
Well, no. I mean, that's just it. No one can. I mean, we grew up, of course, with the books. We grew up with radio plays still, because they were still around. The inferences, like you were saying before, we knew what the nuances were. In some ways, we even had classes on how to interpret and look at these and understand where the author was going. And it was the fact that it wasn't the teacher telling you that what they think it is and this is how it was. It's like, okay, where do you think it was going? They're making you think. They're making you explain yourself why certain things were done in a certain way. And you don't have that nowhere. They, like you're saying, they have to be, dragged by the hand and showed. And the imaginations are gone, and it's affecting modern storytelling. There is no imagination.
Well, the power of the visual is just so huge. I have a friend who says if you get to choose, you should read the book before you see a film. That way you'll have the images that you've created in your mind of the characters. But I kind of feel like even when I have that, after I've seen a movie, those faces and images supplant what's in my mind, even if I've read the book, like Lord of the Rings, many decades prior.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, one case in point, the Hunt for Red October, and you had the character of Jonesy in there. And in the movie, they made the character of Jonesy black, and they go rushing to Tom Clancy and go, what do you think about that? What do you think about that? And Tom Clancy sits back and said, I had no visualization other than the fact there was the guy there. He said, they made a great casting choice. Boom. And it's like, what more could be said? It's like, I just wrote this character. I had no preconception on anything other than the fact as a guy with a radio. And they found a good actor who happened to be black. He did a great job. I approve. Boom. Why are you making a big thing about it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let's take a break here. John Randall says two dolphins, both alike in dignity, in fair Atlantis, where we lay our scene.
Well done, John.
Yes, well done, John.
Bravo.
And the last video for this morning's freeze signing is from a familiar face. If you saw the interview a couple weeks back. Okay. Why is the volume not working? But that's Griselli K, who I interviewed a couple weeks ago. Legatus has a good comment. I like to read the movie adaptations. That is, it lists things you can't do visually, like what a person thinks, feels, etc. Something that the visual media can't do well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They tried it with Dune. It didn't work too well, though, back in 1984.
Yeah.
Doing all that internal dialogue amongst everything else just kind of made it a little clunky-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Spice. The subtle undertones of thought and the spice.
Well, I still think Sting was a much better actor in Dune, showing off his six-pack than Patrick Stewart ever thought he could be as Gurney Halleck.
Really?
Yeah. I thought Sting was a much better actor in that movie.
I like the one story, though. Patrick Stewart was recounting when he was working on Dune. And he said he was sitting there talking with Sting, and he goes, "So, I hear you're musical." He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "What do you play?" He goes, "Oh, I play the bass." The bass, I mean. Play the bass. And Patrick Stewart says, "I think he was in an orchestra playing the bass in the orchestra and not realize he's rock and roll. I've never heard of the Police or rock and roll."
Okay.
It's
Okay.
such a staple in culture with the Police, and even back then.
It's hard to believe some of the stories that Patrick Stewart tells on himself. I
That's true.
think that he's making himself the butt of his own jokes, and I think that's why he does it. I heard one once that he told on himself where he, no, I'm not going to go there. I'm just going to leave it.
Oh no,
It's
please
blue.
do.
I'm not going to go there. But
You got
it's just hard to believe that he would be quite such an idiot. Never heard of rock and roll. That's impossible. That's
Yeah.
you'd think
that's just
so.
impossible.
Unless he was extremely sheltered.
No.
But even that I find hard to believe.
Yeah.
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 Still a good story, whether it's true or not.
Yeah.
And that's half the fun is stories.
Yeah, that's true.
I've only
That's
heard
true.
of Grey Poupon and stuff like that.
That's a pretty good That's a pretty good imitation of it.
Yeah, it's not too bad, huh?
No, it's pretty good.
Yeah. You ought to do that on the Clobby stream.
Yeah, there we go.
Pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon?
I missed that commercial.
I miss it too.
With
I don't
the-
miss
yeah.
toxins. So.
But then again, I don't want to go into another segue and we talk about food or mustard.
Well, talking about mustard here,
Well, yes, Grey Poupon. Pulling up with a limo.
Captain Trek, you've been
Rich fancy people eat it.
Captain Trek,
Yes?
you've been mellow. What
Oh, I've just been enjoying listening to everybody.
Oh, okay. I want everybody to
I mean, you can. No, I'll talk. I don't care. I've chimed in when people have, been quiet. I just don't want to interrupt.
Okay.
With a stick, make sure he's alive.
Oh yeah.
Hey, everybody! I found this body by the tracks. Want to see it? It's Captain Trek.
I'm not sure if Captain Trek is still alive. Somebody please poke him with a stick.
Legatus Legionii says Mikey won't like it. He hates everything.
You're
Mikey.
almost right.
Yeah. Hey, Mikey.
He likes it. He likes it.
Oh my goodness.
We're
Okay, I
still
think
looking
I'm
for
gonna
Pudgy.
have to step away for a second. The big dog is here and she's going woof. So I have to go
Woof.
let her out. I'll be back.
Okay.
BRB.
All righty. And Pudgy's still hidden.
Poor
Cobalt's
Pudgy.
still He's hidden in a box. I think Mayor Pudgy locked him in the.
He did.
Yes, he's put him in a box.
Off to Abu Dhabi with him.
Yes.
Moolah.
Yeah, Sandra. He's taped to a box, and I think it was Mayor Pudgy
What would the postage be
for
in a
for
hedgehog?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I do not know.
I don't know. Super fast or just snail.
Yeah. That's a cute dog. That's a cute dachshund.
Oh yeah, that's Doxy. That's Duchess, the toothless Doxy.
Oh.
She has no teeth.
Oh.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that dachshunds have is teeth problems. So she lost all of them, but that hasn't stopped her. That's for sure.
Hello, anti-derivative Jill.
Hello.
Hey,
Thanks
Jill.
for coming on.
Jill.
No one put Pudgy in a box. Yeah, Pudgy's trapped in a box. We think Mayor Pudgy has trapped him in a box from all the moving stuff that Cobalt is doing.
Prepare for hedgehog rage.
Yes, hedgehog rage.
The hedgehog Hulk. Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun,
Yes.
dun, 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 dun. That's what someone should do. They should do the incredible hedgehog Hulk.
Oh, there you go, hedgehog. Uh-oh, we've given. Let's see. Timestamp 7:02. 7:02. Fat. Oh, who's got the guitar?
Oh, you can hear that.
Yeah,
Ah,
sounds
Oh, that's
pretty
me.
good. Yeah. Okay, we all could.
I like the background music there. It was
Oh,
like,
sorry about that.
Oh, please.
no.
No,
It's like we're in that
great.
one of those beatnik halls in the '60s, man. You got that playing in the background there. We're all sitting around.
Hey, we got the
Yeah,
ambiance
yeah.
going
Snapping
here.
our fingers.
Yeah.
Hitting with
We
the
got
groove.
Cobalt
Hey,
says
man.
Andy
Growing
can-
that beatnik kind of goatee.
Yeah.
Yes.
Skilly baba doo-wah.
Cobalt says Andy can help. He is the master of boxes.
Yeah, that always amazes me when I send these boxes at people, these action figures, and everybody's like, "Oh my god!" They just stare at the box for 5 minutes.
Yeah. You don't want to open it up because you don't want to ruin the box. Hey Jill, if you'd like, please put a comment, best wedding wishes for Wendy and Jimmy in, and I'll read it for them. We're doing a virtual wedding card for them. Let's see. Cobalt is explaining. Was helping mom pack boxes. She'll be moving into a single level nest. Pudgy was helping and was sealed away, narrowing down to 10 boxes. Oh,
Just shake them and see which one squeaks.
yeah. Will dancing help Pudgy escape the box? Sandra's got the right clue. Good luck, Cobalt. Maybe he's in the box with the cookies.
Cookies.
So I'm assuming everybody got the movie reference to putting Pudgy in a box and you don't keep baby in a corner.
Yep, I got it.
No.
Yeah.
I'm thick.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. What was that? Dirty Dancing.
Yeah.
Patrick Swayze, and I forget the actress's
Jennifer
name.
Grey.
Jennifer Grey, yeah.
Yeah.
And she was in the corner because her mom and dad were overprotective, and he says no one puts baby in a corner, and pulled her out and they started dancing. So maybe Pudgy will dance his way out.
Right.
I had to watch that movie so many times. Oh,
Well, let's see. Since baby
Poor
wasn't
Andy.
a
Looks like sounds like he's got some flashback moment there. Poor Andy.
baby was kept in a corner, maybe Pudgy needs a dance pad. And Legata says the now empty box of cookies. And
Listen for the burp.
Yeah. And Mama Eagle waves in the background. Hello, Mama Eagle. Hello, Mama Eagle. And Pudgy swing dancing. There's a visual.
Ooh.
Yeah.
As long as it's not pole dancing.
That's true. Of course, I don't know if his little arms and little legs could wrap around a pole.
That'll be my next video.
Uh-oh.
There we go. Timestamp 6:05 or 5:05.
Yep, or 7:05 Eastern.
7:05.
Yeah,
there we go.
We've got that going. Oh boy! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear!
I've been trying to figure out this. I'm trying to do a video out there to put a clip up of Doomcock unboxing his Doomcock figure from 1 year ago.
Mm-hmm.
I can't figure this thing out. I'm terrible at this stuff. I got to do a starting to figure it out. I do have to buy a new microphone though.
That was hard to believe. That's been a year. Wow.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I never expected. Like, I just kind of sent this thing out. Like, I'm sure he gets stuff like this all the time.
Mm-hmm. It was an impressive piece. I love the robot being tortured.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's I'm working on Kathleen Kennedy right now.
That would be that would be awesome.
That's an evil smile. I can't wait to see it.
Well, I have the body. Hang on a second. I'll go grab the.
I ain't got nobody. No, I'm sorry.
Oh, we're gonna get to see an Andy Masterson original. Wow.
That is gonna be good.
Yes, it is.
Please be closed. Please be closed. Please be closed. Please be closed.
Please be something from Attack from Mars.
Well, it's
Floating
a
head
Kathleen
in a
Kennedy.
jar kind of thing.
So, where is Snoopy? Oh, he must be my
Snoopy is
mama.
over here next to Mommy, just like he
Oh.
likes to lay next to Mommy when Mommy practices piano.
Oh, okay.
When I first got back, that silly dog, he didn't let me out of his sight. He had to be right up against me the whole time. It's like, Mommy, don't you dare leave me again.
Or take me what next time? I can fly. Teach me to fly.
Yeah, I don't know if I can get him in the airplane.
Then I can go against that evil Red Baron.
Well, we still haven't found his propeller yet.
Mm.
I keep asking him, and he says, "Let me sleep." And speaking of which, I'm wondering, do we have enough nutty news content, Legatus?
Nutty news.
Here we go.
What we got? Oh, here we go. Here we go.
So this is the female body without the endoskeleton on it. There's a skin overlay made out of silicone, and that looks like this.
Wow.
Oh.
But for Kathleen Kennedy,
Oh,
Oh my
Oh my
God!
God.
Yes.
but I have to take the sculpt, and what I have to do is I have to make a special mold for it so that I can use this soft silicone so that it's stretchable, so I can put it back over the body. And I've never done
God,
this
I
before,
love
so
this.
it's a learning process. So hopefully it'll come out all right. Fingers crossed.
Now with 40% more droopage.
Oh yeah, they're definitely got to get longer and saggier.
oh wow.
John Rendell says, my eyes. It's poked the mind.
Should
It's time to.
make it like a Stretch Armstrong kind of thing. It just
Well, see, that's the thing. Like I figured, if I made it and I just put this body on it, she'd be like, who cares? I still look hot because I got this. I'm like, to really have her like looking at like,
It looks like I missed something.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Tiger
Okay.
Stripes.
so I'm going to make a Kathleen Kennedy action figure, right? So This is the typical female body with the skin overlay taken off.
Yeah.
This is the one it comes with, like this.
Oh, wow.
So here's the one I'm doing to represent her.
This is Andy's aunt again.
Something like that, yeah. It's kind of like little. So this way, like, you know,
Andy's
she's
great auntie.
yeah. I want to have her like be a little insulted when she. I mean,
Dude,
she's
I
insulted us, right? So
I
yeah.
love this. Is she gonna come with like any accessories?
Oh, I think I'm gonna have like I'm gonna see if I can't make a like a 55-gallon drum, and have like, you know, Star Wars things in there, like look like they're on fire. You know, so she's burned them all up.
You need that rock character, the character that was a rock.
Geode.
Geode.
Yes.
Just don't have that lightsaber hilt she keeps in her nightstand. Just don't have that.
Yeah. Andy, if you want, like, I did box designs for like third-party toy companies. If you want, I would love to help you design a box or something for that.
Okay, yeah.
God, yeah, man.
Well, what I'm gonna call her Darth Faden. You know. So, but I was thinking about like
That's good.
you know, the different, like, because I'm gonna do a Jodie Whittaker too.
Yes.
But I have a special idea for, like, so Junkai gave me the idea of just having her mouth gaping open. Like,
yeah.
You know, so that, but she's got to come in a very special TARDIS, you know, kind of like, looks like what the little porta potties you put out there.
The Turdis.
Yeah.
Oh, ouch.
Hey, that reminds me. Okay, as you know, the Easter Doctor Who special is coming out, right? And apparently it's supposed to be like Jodie Whittaker's like last one. So, and if any of you have kept up on this, it's supposed to have the Sea Devils, which I think haven't been seen since Peter Davison, I believe, in Doctor Who. Mm-hmm. And apparently what they did, because Jodie Whittaker is short, they've shortened the height on the Sea Devils to accommodate Jodie Whittaker. So it's like,
so they
they
got the Lilliputian devils.
Yeah, exactly. Lilliputian devils, right? So or sea monkeys. But it's like why not just keep them tall so they look like more of an imposing figure? So, you know, story-wise, if Jodie is like, you know, short, wouldn't it just make it look more triumphant to, you know, beat these very tall, imposing sea devils? Like why even? Oh God, it's like, why retcon even the size of these things? That's just stupid. I mean, aside from now Doctor Who being totally and utterly retarded beyond all belief, you know.
Well, I mean, it's all ego too. I mean, you can't have something that imposing over me because
no, exactly. Plus on top of that, the fact that she's, you know, dressing up in you know, in some sort of Chinese Shang Tsung dress or something like that. It's like, wouldn't that be considered cultural appropriation?
Dun dun dun.
Oh my! But no, she's a star, and so therefore she can go ahead and do that. But anybody else does it? No, you're just, you know, yeah.
I mean, Patrick Troughton and Sylvester McCoy had no problem having whatever villains towering over them. I mean,
yeah, exactly.
Cybermen and the Yeti and all that stuff. Yeah.
John Rendell
says.
Sorry. John Rendell says Snoopy and the Ferrets, new brand name.
Yes.
There we go. Well, I mean, even how tall John Bertie was, and the Sea Devils are still taller than him.
Yeah. Precisely. Right.
We have another wedding wish for Wendy and Jimmy. Anti-derivative Jill says, congratulations to Wendy and Jimmy. Cannot wait to hear of your honeymoon adventures.
No, you can't. Yes. That's private.
Yeah.
No, it's movies and movies. We kept on giving more movies for them to watch.
Yeah. And then let's see. Camera. Yes. No, that's Candid. Remember the Candid camera?
Oh yeah, Candid camera.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Alan
Grandpa.
Fun. Yeah.
Grandpa left around. Oh God. Here we go. Grandpa leapt
Oh.
around in his underwears on the 4th. It was Independence Dance Day.
Wah, wah, wah.
Da-boom.
See, I come to the conclusion too. If you hear "Fet for Hire" playing as a guitar, we're safe.
Yes. 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 Then if it
Come on,
becomes
he be jamming.
but then we've got Legata Slage and I do channeling his inner Beth Arstead / Harvey. When you teach a wolf to meditate, it becomes a werewolf.
Oh, boo.
I kind of like it.
Okay, Andy.
So good, it's
I
bad.
guess you gotta run. So thanks for
Oh.
coming out here.
Yeah, I gotta run a new code over to my son at work. He was at work in a bird craft hunting.
Oh,
Raymond knows all about that.
oh, the horror.
Raymond knows all about that.
Let him suffer and let him learn his lesson.
There we go. I agree.
Well, he went to work. He was feeling a little sick, but he sucked it up and he went to work anyway. So I'm proud of him.
Because then he'll never forget.
Like fat. Yeah. Mhm.
Well, thanks for having me on, Raymond.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Put your channel in the private chat. We'll put it out there.
I don't know how to do all that stuff. I'm
Okay.
terrible at that.
Well, you have a good night.
Andy, get a hold of me. Because I
Not
would
just
love to
me.
help you.
Yay!
Comic Relief, have you seen the other boxes I've made?
No, I still have to.
Okay, I'll shoot that up on. I think we're following each other on Twitter, right?
I think so. God, I hope so.
Yeah, I will. I'll double check that. I'll put them up there as soon as I get back.
Nice.
All right, guys.
Right.
I will
Nice
catch
meeting
up
you, Andy.
later.
Yeah,
Take
nice
care,
meeting you,
Andy.
Andy.
Stay
Hey,
safe.
Good seeing you, Andy.
And there's Andy's channel.
Take
Thanks,
good care.
Cassandra. And there's Jill did it again. So we got Jinx out there. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Snort Poopus falls out of the chandelier and lands with a loud thud and an oof. Hey, Snort.
But he's okay because I threw him a fish.
Oh, he's got a fish.
Oh, there you go.
All right. Here's a fish to make you feel better.
better.
Yes.
Because it's the bare necessity.
Necessities, the simple bare necessity. Legata says my neighbor said he slipped on my gravel, but it was his own dumb asphalt. I still got the gouges in my front yard from the joyride last Saturday.
Did you share that story with them?
Yes, I did.
I think you have to now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What happened was last Saturday when Sandra was coming home, and I was going to get up about 7 to start the chores and get get things ready so I don't get beaten on when she gets home and sees a disaster area, a bachelor disaster area. So I was going to get up at 7
Throw
o'clock.
away all the coffee cups and
Yes,
delivery
exactly.
boxes.
Exactly.
You
Well,
panic cleaned, didn't you?
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Well, actually, I did. It was okay, especially after Snoopy wakes me up at 5:15 with a bark. He's down here, and I'm upstairs, and he barks. So I wake up. I get up. Go out to one of the windows on the top floor, and I see red fire truck, red ambulance lights, and a car in my front yard crashed against a fence.
Oh my.
Oh.
And I'm going, okay, what's going on here? So I waited until the ambulance driver went away and the police came. So I went down there, and evidently this guy, he claims his throttle was stuck, and he he ended up in my front yard, crashed into a fence that's right on the other side of the property. And
Ooh,
he,
you missed your house.
oh yeah, he got out of the car, and evidently he was hurt, and the ambulance took him away. And the police was there. They told me, yeah, he lost the tire, which he didn't. The debris is all over the place, and that he supposedly lost throttle control. Well, after I didn't go back to sleep because I've just had somebody drive into my front yard. The first thing I looked at is make sure he didn't hit my car, because my car is that far forward in the driveway, and they didn't hit my car, no problem. So I'm over there. I did the chores. Now that I'm up, I might as well get the chores done. So all the chores that I was going to space out throughout the day were done by 8 o'clock in the morning. So I actually started looking outside to try and piece what was happening here. Well, I go to the front yard. I have I have a pole and I have a tree. He drove between said pole, said tree, and gouged out. He must have bottomed out because there's a length, but his actual route was he was trying to make the right-hand turn from the one street onto the street I'm on.
Where they had just replaced the stop sign.
Yeah, they just replaced the stop sign the day before. He shears it.
Oh my!
Ooh.
And then he drives over the house on the corner, went through the driveway, jumped over a wall, got in my neighbor's yard, was drove between a stump and his house. So he had some modicum of control. And then he leapt over the driveway, got on my yard. He must have bottomed out because that's why the two divots were there. And he drove between the tree and the pole, which wasn't much clearance, but I guess for a Toyota, it's got enough clearance. Went back onto the street and then swerved into the final fence.
And missed the mailbox on my front ornamental garden by probably 2 feet.
Dag.
Actually, less than
Is
1
your
foot.
fence much the worse for wear?
Actually, it's a utility fence that's around a fire hydrant, and I always wondered why the fence was there. I guess I know now.
Yeah, people, yeah. So.
And you say he jumped a fence in your neighbor's yard? Is it low fence or?
Well, they have a stone fence, and he took out part of the stone fence, and then he just kind of was jumping on from house to house to house, basically.
Yeah.
Man, that's messed
So
up.
wait a minute. The police said that it was because a tire came off.
No, the tire came. No, the guy claimed that his throttle got stuck. I don't believe that because
Old
he had
guy,
too much control.
young guy?
I don't know. I did not see.
My guess is he was younger by the looks of the livery on the car. I think he was high or drunk.
Yeah, yeah. The
Okay.
throttle thing, old people sometimes get their foot stuck on the accelerator. Yeah, that's pretty bad, but I'm not buying it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There was also no evidence of any kind of braking action. Like he didn't even try to
Ooh.
stop.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's sketchy.
dag. Good dog Snoopy to wake you up.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I asked my boss, should I go on out there during the situation? And he said, no, you stay in. But
Ooh.
yeah, or it showing off and lost control.
Probably.
I don't know. That street, I will be upstairs in bed listening to some really high speed cars moving down that way. So
So, what day of the week was it?
it was last Saturday.
5 in the morning on a Saturday morning after Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was coming back from some kind of house party or speakeasy.
Yeah, and they've
Yeah,
got a
that-
drug treatment center just about another 2 to 3 blocks down the road from us.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Dang, I think this case speaks for itself.
Yeah.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you
For
punk
those
kids.
Yeah.
It was
Hello.
old man Jenkins.
Yes. Hello, Lenrod. How you doing?
You people and your newfangled machines.
Yes.
I'm lucky. I live in not too far from a highway and a busy intersection, busy street. But you can hardly hear them. It's like this little quiet spot that no one knows about in this town. And basically, it's just one street goes down the cul-de-sac, then it goes the other direction. And anyone who comes into our area, you either have to know where you're going or you're lost. So it's like the only cars we recognize coming through is the people that live here. If it's a strange car, it's like, oh yeah, they got lost. You don't know where they're going. They're going back out.
Yeah.
So at least I'm thankful that we have such a peaceful, quiet corner of this town.
Yeah, ours usually is too until they put that drug treatment center in not too long ago. And even now, it's not bad. We just once in a while have crazy people. But one of the best features is we've got the best little greasy spoon across the street from us. It's so good.
Guilty pleasure.
Yes, he got an extra nummy now, especially that since that was him coming back.
There's Lenrod.
Yes, hail Lenrod. How you doing?
Good day, Lenrod.
Hello. He said he just got back from Sonic 2. Good stuff.
Oh, good.
Ah, cool. Captain Trek and Fett have walked away. They'll be back.
They walked. Oh my.
Yeah. Oh my. Left together. So that was the adventure yesterday. Wow. I mean, last week. And like I said, the benefit was everything was done so soon in advance. I was able to rest up before she came, and I did Sandra watch. Was keeping an eye on that. Oh, yes. We get that too, John. We can hear the Jake breaks because we're like right next to it. We're about a half a mile from exit 81 or Route 81 too.
What's kind of nice is we live kind of up a hill, so there's we can hear in the distance sometimes the train whistles. I like that. It's in the middle of the night and just in the distance.
Yeah.
It's just, oh, I think I hear Snoopy.
Nah, that's my big girl, Missy.
Oh, that's yours.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
that's Missy Wolf. She's come in. It's about time for her dinner.
Uh-oh,
it's set up. I'm just kind of waiting for it to get soggy for her.
Oh, okay.
And of course, we have not too far away is our firehouse that we have. So we don't necessarily hear the sirens, but Honey does. And Honey loves to join in. So all of a sudden we'd be sitting there and all of a sudden we go, it's like, oh, okay, it must be a fire.
I kind of love that.
Yeah. What kind of dog do you have, Tiger?
She's a German Shepherd mutt. But there's a lot of something called like a black-mouthed cur in her. So she's kind of got a black saddle on her back. And, she meant to walk on cow trails, following a bunch of cowboys. But largely German Shepherd. She's big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I hear you, Snortopoopas. We've got somebody here in the neighborhood. And I have the total schadenfreude because I just like to imagine that he's completely wrecking his hearing, driving around with his music so very loud and his windows up that he makes the house shake. It's just the house kind of vibrates as this car drives by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lenrod says he's got a solid hi-fi high wattage setup. The only noise complaint he's heard is to turn it up.
Mm-hmm.
You have good neighbors, my friend.
Yeah.
Lucky man.
Snort says I rattled my collar at dinner time too, but no one comes over and feeds me.
Oh,
Oh,
the snorter poopers.
oh,
Oh my gosh. Okay.
see?
I'll be back.
Okay.
BRB.
All right. When they call, you gotta follow.
Yep.
Yep.
That being said, I gotta let you guys go. So
Okay.
I need to exit stage left.
All right.
So,
You take care, Comic Relief Crusader.
yeah, thanks.
And
Thanks for having me on.
please subscribe to him. And
Yes.
and
please.
let me get his thing out there. And
But Sandra, yes, nice to have you back. I know I've said it enough times, but I'm going to say it again.
Well, thank you. And I attribute the safety of the flight and the safety of our time down there, just all the prayers that were lifted up. Because, like I showed you with that one picture, that storm, the whole week before I went down there, was moving and I could see it and it was building and it went from Canada all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico.
Yeah.
And I am convinced it is only prayer that opened up that spot for me to get through.
Totally. Right, my dudes and dudettes, I'm out of here.
you take care.
man.
Good night.
Take care, Comic Relief Crusader. We'll talk.
Later, man.
All right. So, wow, 2 hours, 2.5 hours. Boy, we're having fun. We're
Woo!
having fun. Yes. I hope everybody in the panel's having fun and everybody in the chat is having fun. And, did Snort do a Wendy Webb thing? I know he did. I got to read that. Got to find it. Legata says you have to watch the candid camera episodes. Yes. Okay, where is it? I thought you'd put one, Snort. Did you put a Wendy? Ah, there it is. Okay. Let's see. Let's do this properly. All right. Snortapoopas wishes. Congratulations and best wishes to Wendy and Jimmy from Snortapoopas and Mini Snort. All right. So Snort did his. We had Jill is giving Snort some bear goodies. Bear goodies. Oh, sushi, fishies. Nummy. Nummy.
And don't forget the boop.
And don't forget the boop. Yes. Dolphins like fishies too. Let's see. So, yes, John's having fun. John's having fun. Again, I hope everybody in the channel is having fun. And Tiger, I hope that as a newcomer, this hasn't been too overwhelming and you're having fun.
I think she's still feeding puppy.
Oh, that's right. She's still feeding puppy. I'll ask her when she gets back. I hope Sandra's having fun, but she can tell me over here if she's having fun.
Yes, I'm having fun. I'd like to pick on you a little bit more, but that's okay. Well, next Friday, we're going to be coming in late to Frolics because we're going to Passover Seder, and we do a speed Seder. So we get through everything as fast as we can so we can eat and just carry on. Well, I graduated to making haroset, which is apples and wine and cinnamon and wine and nutmeg and wine and raisins and wine and walnuts and more wine. So you mix it all together and it marinates for a week or so. It tastes so good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
That does sound good.
Yes.
And then I mentioned there's wine in it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't know. I don't think you have enough wine on it.
Is there wine in this at all?
Yeah, about 4 cups.
Yeah. Snort says he saw the living room pic earlier. He's going to have to figure out where you hid the camera. He's saying to Fet for Hire. I don't know. I don't think you're going to tell him.
No, that's my secret.
Sneaky. Very. That's why he's an evil genius.
Yes, he is. Let's see. What? Oh, we have a. Oh.
That is so perfect.
I love it.
The horror. The horror. Oh my God. Yes.
There we go. It's a winner.
Yes.
I hope it's worth it. I hope it's worth it because he's gonna get mad at me for this one.
Oh my God, I love that. There's only one thing missing.
What's
the
that?
pearls.
Oh,
Pearls. Yep.
Pearl necklace.
Oh God! Oh dear, the horror. Harvey is a poodle. The snowman, the snowman of Calderon.
And
Oh,
Sabu the hamster.
Jill says, "Oh no." Lenrod says that dress is far too pretty to be SJW Doomcon.
Somebody's been working hard. Wow.
See, he's not on YouTube either. He's on Disney LGBTQ plus.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Okay, I'm taking it down before he never speaks to me again.
Hey, you
He's
still have
now.
you still have a place with us here, Fat.
Coolness.
Snort says, wasn't Speed Satyr an old cartoon show? Here we go. Here goes Speed Satyr. He's a demon on wheels. He's a demon and he's gonna make something out of something.
You know he's kosher on the wheels. There
Yeah, you know he's kosher on the wheel. Snort says that's pure evil. The Doom Squirrel is a hamster. Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina in the morning. Oh, God.
I love it.
Blue Fez, the new brand of gin. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. And in the Mirror Universe, Supreme Overlord SJW hates Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
Disney Star Wars. Oh man, Fat.
Plus DC.
Fat, you've done it again.
Oh yeah.
That is
Working
wonderful.
overtime.
Yes.
That's just it. He works fast and he works good. You wouldn't think they just whipped him out, but the guy is an evil genius. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, yes.
I'm good at whipping it out.
Yes, it is. You got to show him the ferret showers.
Oh, that's right. Old Ray had a little ferret.
Accident, yes. Wait, Lenrod says, wait, perhaps Supreme Overlord SJW is actually Mirror DC. Woo! That's probably the conclusion. Yeah. And this is the result of me bringing one of my ferrets down to join us on the show.
Ferret showers.
Yes, ferret showers. Yes, indeed. And that all
Everybody's
happened.
a critic.
And that all happened before the show started because I did not push the button.
Ah,
Yes. You remember that, Baron? And
yeah. I don't know what's for that one with the well, which one? What was that for the one where you didn't press the button? No, I don't think it was on that one.
when
Push the
fired.
button max.
Yeah. Yeah. What? 20 minutes. Let's see. It was you. I know Wendy was there. I think Captain Trek was there. And we
I
were,
was on that one, unfortunately. No, I wasn't that one.
yeah, we were all talking a full 20 minutes before Legatus told me, you haven't hit the button yet.
Oh, Wendy was there because she was telling me about it.
Yeah. You had to ask when the stream will begin for us pod members. Yeah.
That's what happens when I'm not here to keep them straight and give them a countdown.
I still loved it when he was 2 weeks ago when he's yelling at me, Barry, get back over! We're going live!
Yeah. The crazy ferrets, masters of weather they are.
Yes.
Let's see. And Snorter Poopa says ferret showers bring May flowers. Oh, John Rendell was there. Yes, he was.
Wendell.
Yeah. And
He and I look a lot alike.
Yeah. And Fett was there, which is the result of the
Ferret showers.
Yes. Yeah, it was good. It was he was in the chandelier trying not to fall out. Yeah.
Mhm.
Uh-oh. Snort's showing his ESP.
Already start?
I will look at us and I'll let you know. It's gonna be I'll have to see because I'll have to see how it ties into number 3. And yeah.
Do we have book reports going on here?
He's got some insights. Now that number 3 is delayed. Lesai.
This side.
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I gotta go here, everybody. No offense, but I got action there. A broadcast to do in a few minutes. So, but
Okay.
it was fun hanging around with all
Yes.
of you.
It was good seeing you.
Good seeing you, Brian Norman
Good
Tag.
seeing you.
Let me get your channel out there.
Oh, please do. Thank you. It was nice meeting you, Tiger Stripes, and welcome
Same
to the
here.
family.
Thank you. It's nice to be
And
here.
of course, you, Captain Trek. Good seeing you
Well, thank
again.
you. Always good to see you as well.
And I'm happy you're back home, keeping stuff in line there, Sandra.
Oh, thank you. It's good to be home.
And Fett. No. Good seeing you again, brother.
All right, catch you later, buddy.
Got it.
Take care, Baron M1 Tag.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Take care. And everybody in the chat, take care as well. Love you all.
Baron Norman Tag. All right. So we still got 5 people here, and we can go a little longer, or if you want, we could start wrapping it up. You guys tell me.
I'm good if everybody else is.
Oh, I'm always here till the bitter end.
I don't know how to take that.
Love you, sweetie.
I love you today.
Exactly how it was meant is how you should take it.
Yep. Yep. And Tiger Stripes, you okay? You good for? I know this is the first time.
I know you said you go 3, so I'm good for 3.
Okay. I hope this hasn't been overly overwhelming.
No, it's a ton of fun.
Good. And I hope this is the start of you coming on more. I know. Let's see how it goes. Let's process this and let's see. Legata says he's been giving King Dolphin TV, quite a time going over his novels to date. Yes, he has. Yes, he has. And I am loving it.
Maybe you should do the editing for number 3. You edit for content, I'll edit for grammar.
Yeah. Legatus Legionai says, nice. I'm really enjoying the book so far. Finished the first and halfway through the second. Yep. Ooh. Mark says, we got 15 before Echo Base starts. He can wait. Echo Base is packed. This is where the party is, Mark's 47.
Well, Echo Base are really good people, but, I don't think we're going to interfere too much with them.
Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I just put that one out there. Lenrod says he's good for however long you want. And hello, Mark's 47. How are you, sir? If you've got a birthday wish or wedding wish for Wendy and Jimmy, please put it out there, and I will be happy to relay to them. My only complaint about the books is the lack of a 12-page in-depth description about the fighting ferret. Well, I'm sorry. The ferrets didn't give me much input. They just stared at me. And Snorter Pooper says, when Sandra's tired of the stream, she can walk over and unplug the computer.
But she wouldn't. I'm sure she wouldn't.
No, she wouldn't. I hope not.
Well,
I'll just
get to end the stream and then unplug it.
Yeah, that's true. No, I'll probably get spitballs or rubber bands tossed at me.
Or I could just come over and bop you or something. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. So
Only on camera. Only on camera, please.
Yes. Yes, please, Marks. You are welcome here and glad to have you here. Raymond already asked, but I'm not an editor, nor have I ever claimed to be. I'm just a sci-fi fantasy novel collector, reader, and critic. Yes.
But if you're a reader, you may already be an editor and a better editor than many who do edit. Okay, so I'm going to tell my editing story now.
Okay.
I got this, what I thought was good authority. I used to hang out at a science fiction bookstore, and somebody told me this story. They said that Dune originally was quite a mishmash, and it was really the Del Reys, particularly Lester, and maybe Judy as well, who really put it together. They just sort of took it and rearranged it and edited the heck out of it. And that's why it's such a stronger book than the other ones, where he didn't have an editor like that. And I retold that to the person who originally told it to me, 12 or 15 years later. And he said, really? I told you that? That's a great story. So I don't know. I don't know, how much basis it has, but that's what I heard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Editing is really important.
Yes, definitely. I agree totally. Mark's 47 says, either you guys are way too friendly or I'm somehow popular and don't know why. I think it's a little bit of both, Marks.
Absolutely.
Yes. Or we're probably
maybe it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
maybe you popular and we friendly.
That's true. That's true. Linerod says the edit is what saved Star Wars.
Really true. And Jaws.
Yeah. Yeah, send it to me, Lenrod. See.
Which makes me wonder if any movies currently could be saved if they were re-edited.
Possibly.
Oh, by the way, I did see the new 4K edition of Star Trek: The Motion Picture.
Hmm.
Much better. Much better. The colors are so much more crisp and clean, and they cut out a few scenes that were kind of unnecessary.
Hmm.
But
How
it
much
was
shorter do you think it was? Do you think they tightened
it
it up
was
like 20 minutes, 10 minutes?
nah, it was under 10 minutes.
Okay.
Hmm.
It was under 10 minutes, but it was enough that it didn't feel as slow.
I remember in the day, the length of the shot, you know, you're sitting there in the theater, and I went with my brother and a couple of his best friends, and you know, the screen was huge, and they were panning across the Enterprise that you hadn't seen in so long, but it just kept going and going and going. At some point, my brother leaned over and said, "It really gets you, huh?"
They cut a lot of the shuttle pod to the ship stuff because it was just too long.
Mhm.
I was just
Yeah.
even I, who've been a lifelong Star Trek fan, I'm going, okay, get to the ship. We got this. We've got this entity that's coming toward the Earth, and we're going to take the slowest route possible to get to the ship.
Yeah.
So yeah, I kind of liked it, but it was so much more vibrant. I mean, the same story, but it was just, I don't know, it was different.
Yeah.
If you haven't checked it out, you should.
Yeah. Legatus goes back, consider all the info advice given to me on my first 2 novels. Nay, sounds like work for me. Yeah, well, I need someone like that. Jill says she loved the director's edition. Can't wait to see this one.
Yeah, you need to see it. It's a must.
Snortapupus says, I really love the story except for the part between chapter 1 and the end. The editor says that. Marks 47 says, I thought, which ones? I don't remember the original cut well enough.
They also cut out an additional part when they were in the cargo bay, and Kirk yells at Uhura, "Screen off!" He'd already said "screen off," and it was just, but they got rid of that. It really wasn't necessary. Didn't add to the story.
Okay.
So it didn't miss anything with the gone.
Okay. Lenrod says, I want to see it in the theater.
Oh, now that would be, I would love to see that in the theater. That would be something else.
And John N. Rendell says, if they edit out all the scenes with the main characters in the 2016 Ghostbusters movie.
Oh, that would be difficult to do.
Mm-hmm.
You'd have a 5-minute featurette.
Snort says, epic ship porn, but V'ger, the fly-through scenes with V'ger were a bit much.
That was another thing. They did tighten those a little bit. You still had the fly-through scenes, but it just wasn't quite as ominous. I mean, the presence was ominous, but the whole, oh my gosh, how long is this gonna go?
Yeah.
That 30-second flight boost is
That's
just
my dog
lasting
again. I'll be
5
back.
minutes.
Okay.
No problem. So yeah, it was just like, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I still loved the movie. Don't get me wrong.
Oh yeah, it was a great
even
movie.
The long form, but yeah, it's been tightened up,
Mhm.
It's much better, in my opinion. It's what the theatrical version should have been.
Ah, okay. Okay. Huh.
I know, not popular, but my opinion.
Yep. Yeah. That'll be interesting to see. I think let's see. I've got the movies that were in the 50th anniversary for Blu-ray. So I don't know if that's prior to the cut or
Yeah, that would be prior.
okay.
This is brand new.
Oh,
They will have a new Blu-ray for this
okay.
eventually.
Of course. Of course, they market the 50th anniversary, and that wasn't good enough. Come on, people. I know it's the search for more money.
Yeah, but at least when they're putting out good stuff, it's worth it.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I would rather spend money on good things that I really love.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I have been buying aftermarket stuff anyhow, so they're not getting money anyhow.
True.
I get caught in the cracks sometimes. There are certain things that I buy aftermarket that are cheaper, and then other things like steelbook editions of, DVD sets that are so much more expensive. I'm like, dang it.
Yep.
I call that the sock puppet theory. Some people were marketing some really stupid things. So I came up with the theory that I could, as long as I market it properly, I can make a sock puppet that will get at least $15. And people will buy it as long as I'm marketing it as such as aviation or such as, any type of product. Or like for an example, a sock puppet with a Star Trek logo. There you go. People will buy it regardless.
For the
Well,
completist.
with the right marketing, anything will sell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anything will sell.
No, advertising is just everything. Everything looks so much better in a picture. What is that about?
Yeah.
That's the magic of eBay.
Well, like the McDonald's commercials, it's like, oh my gosh, these look like such wonderful burgers. It's like you get the real thing, and it's like,
yeah,
I want what's in the picture.
Yeah. Yeah. Lenrod, you take it easy. Have a good night. I think we're gonna start wrapping up now. It's been about 3 hours, and so you have a good night. And then I know we got people've got places to go, people to see, things to do. So we shall start wrapping up. Guys, this was again really wonderful. And I enjoyed this totally.
Fun.
Totally.
Thank you for asking me.
Oh, glad you are here. Glad you were here.
Glad I'm not the only female on here tonight. It's good having you.
Yes.
I was happy to have you here, Sandra.
Snort says a 4G IMAX sock puppet. Yeah. One thing that I'm going to mention is May is my 6-month anniversary. Yay. 6 months of doing this. 6 months of
cool
interviews, 6 months of entertainment, 6 months of fun and mayhem. We're probably I'm thinking about what I want to do for the 6-month anniversary. It's probably going to be on a Just Cuz. I just got to figure out when, but I'll let everybody know what we're going to do. Probably another celebration. Can't believe it has been 6 months. And can't believe how it went from a test stream on StreamYards to what we're doing now. I mean, it's like Sandra says, we're small, but we're mighty. And I think I think a small community is just as powerful as a large 270,000 or 500,000 community family. I mean,
it's all got to start somewhere.
Yes, it's got to start somewhere. It's got to start somewhere. And let's see. I know John Rendell says it's always a fun time here in the pod. So I love you guys in the pod, and you guys are amazing. And we'll figure out a fun way to celebrate 6 months. So let me ponder that, and we'll see what we come out. Snorter Poopa says, take care of every human, dolphin, doggo, ferret, and hedgehog. Yeah. Oh, and kitty. Can't forget the kitties. There are kitties around. So let me start. Let's start with some show notes. So we know what's going on for the next few weeks. On Wednesday, we will have Bunny Mama Ambrosia, Beth Ambrosia, come back and talk about, give us a bunny trail tour. We'll get a Jamie Lee update. Right now,
the season.
Yes. Right now, we got about $3,000, and the surgery is scheduled for the 12th. Everybody who has donated, passed the word, helped out in any way, I appreciate it, and I know they do too. On the 20th, we're going to have Janet from Another Planet show off her creations, her artwork. On the 28th, we're going to have Protection for Paws, a rescheduling of the previous interview. What Protection for Paws does is they provide protective gear for police dogs. So that's going to be fun. May 4th will be Radio KDTV, the special reading of All's Fair with King Dolphin and Anti-Derivative Jill. And we've been rehearsing, really spending a lot of time rehearsing, and it looks like it's going to be a fun time. And a musician, Spencer Richard, will be coming on the 11th. And in between all those, we will have on every Saturday, we will have the Just Cuz, and we will probably do the 6-month anniversary either on the 23rd or the 30th of April. I will let you know when, and we'll figure out what to do for it. So those are what's coming up, and I'd like to thank the amazing panel that we had. Andy Masterson, who's left, but thank you. Fet for Hire, as always, thank you, you magnificent evil genius.
You're welcome, buddy.
Yep. Tiger Stripes, welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was fun talking to you, and I hope you come back again.
Indeed.
Yes.
Thank you.
And Captain Trek, same with you. It's always a pleasure to have you on, and quite enjoyable. Baron Norman Tag, I know you left. Thank you for coming on the panel. And Sandra, thank you for being brave enough to come on and chit-chat.
It's not being brave. I just don't like my voice, and I don't like being on camera. So, but I'll do anything for you.
A lovely voice.
Well, thank you. Yeah, you do have a nice voice.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yes. And then, of course, the Wrench Team Supreme, Legatus Legionii, always with the wit, the humor, the amazing comments and wrenching. You're amazing, my friend. You're amazing. And he says, this show was brought to you by thedolphinwars.com. Yes. And John Rendell, I know you came late. I know what was going on. I'm glad you're here and glad everything worked out for you. Thanks a lot. And Anti-Derivative Jill, it is always a pleasure to have you on. And thank you for coming on. Thank you for wrenching. And it's great to have you here. And of course, the chat.
But don't forget Stellar Heather. She was here. She's probably still lurking. She likes to come and use that wonderful sword of hers and just swat the bot.
Yes, Stellar Heather, thank you very much for coming. Thank you for making a comment about space possums. Have a good night, and you are amazing.
And you do want to remember the happy couple.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, Wendy and Jimmy. Best
Wendy
wishes.
and Jimmy.
Yes, Jimmy and Wendy, Jimmy and Wendy, Wendy and Jimmy, whatever. Best wishes. I hope you enjoy our virtual wedding card to you, and that you have a wonderful life coming up ahead. And we now to the chat. We had a lot of people here today, but let us start off with. Good night, Snorter Poopers! Cuba. Night, buddy. Sorry. Where is my producer when I need her? Yes, he hasn't been drinking.
I was trying to figure out what on earth you did.
I don't know. It's been a long day. Yeah, it was Mini Snort. Mini Snort did it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Jill, thank you for coming, and Jill, thank you for coming. It's always a pleasure. Stella Heather, I am glad you're here. You got to come on more often. And yeah, Mini Snort did it. So everybody, thank you very much for coming. I had a great time. Look forward to seeing you next Wednesday for our interview. For our interview at the bunny trail, we're going to have great bunnies. What Snort says, what do you do with a drunken dolphin? And we don't know if Cobalt found Pudgy. Should we be hanging on this? Cobalt, did you find Pudgy? Or are we going to be hanging? No sound. I guess it is. I guess that story is to be continued.
Yes, it is.
Yes, the mystery of the hidden Pudgy. Sandra says, time for a new song, Snortapoopas. What do you do with a drunken dolphin? Don't give Legatus or Fett any ideas. Those two will probably think of something devious.
We can only hope. We can only
Yes.
hope.
Yes. All right, guys. It's been great. And I'm going to end the Minnesota goodbye now. Everybody, stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, and let's keep making some waves. Guys, hang on until hang on after I've shut down so we can do the post chat. And Jill says dolphins would drink if they could. They inhale the toxins from pufferfish to get high. You know, I have heard when I've done my research for my stories, I found that the psychology of dolphins is really interesting. They are some wild creatures. Maybe in future stories, I will relate some of the research I saw on that. But that's a good statement. That's a really fascinating statement, Joe. Uh-oh. Legatus Legionii says, an idea. All right, everybody. You have a good night, and everybody be safe. Best wishes, Wendy and Jimmy and Wendy, and all the best.
This segment is brought to you by thedolphinboard.com.